Okay, there.
What
I'm
would
going.
you do?
You got to hit the go live button. It's not enough to
on
do.
YouTube itself?
Yeah, it's not enough that you do like 10 minutes of setup. You also have to do you also get to like confirm everywhere. Anyways. So now we're live.
God damn it, YouTube.
Yeah.
So, like, with how much money is backed by it, how are they so unintuitive with this? Get it.
This sounds a little loud.
Again, I should see it.
Yeah,
yep,
you should.
There it is. I see it.
Alrighty, cool. So welcome everyone to a stream of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Now I am doing a port review, first and foremost. Hi, Rita. The thing is that the port review is still in progress, still in editing. It's about like halfway done through the first like phase of it. So that's still gonna take a while. However, I'd like to stream some of the game and then just talk about my thoughts as it is right now, you know, in the meantime while I'm working on it. But I do want to get it done real soon. I'm just seeing what items I've unlocked on the PS4 version because I've been primarily playing the PC version. So I'm just seeing what's here on this character. Yep, that's
Oh, I was very
Hi, Max.
confused. I'm like, there's no stream.
Yeah, there is on YouTube.
I was on the wrong website the entire time.
Yeah.
I've been caught up. I've been caught up to speed. And I now possess the same knowledge all of you possess.
Dope. Oh my god.
Right, so
Oh,
where are
right.
you from?
Good. Stats don't matter online, so that's good. But yeah, so for chat's sake, yeah, the port review is still coming. I really want to get it done as fast as possible because I'm building a new PC, but I can't build that new PC with all of the footage for this video, you know, being there. Otherwise, I have to delay it to move a terabyte worth of footage over, and I don't want to do that. I would just finish the video and then build the PC. But right now for this stream, me and my friends are gonna be discussing all the news from today, as well as talk about remasters and remakes in general. Because this is a very solid remake. This is a phenomenal game. This Pro Skater 1 and 2. This game is fucking awesome, guys.
I think this is the only remake.
Thank you, Activision.
Oh, sorry. I think this is the only remake recently that's come out, like major one that I haven't played quite yet, but everything I've seen from it seems so faithful that, like...
Yeah, because like what I came up with the video is that it's not just a return to form, it's a return to the peak of the series. It's picking up where Thug and Thug 2 left off, basically.
Yeah. Which was the most substantial thing to me, is because after we played, like, Thug Pro, I, like, went back and watched old Pro Skater, like, 1 and 2 footage, and it's like, man, I don't know if I could go back to playing a game without, like, wall plants and, like, a lot of the quality of life stuff that gets introduced later on, because
right.
I don't have as much experience with Pro Skater. I usually played, like, Underground 1 mostly, but I did own Pro Skater 1 on, like, Dreamcast, I think.
Right.
And that was, like, the only Pro Skater that I owned, and, like, going back to that, I was like, oh, geez. I don't know if there's enough, like, meat here. So to find out that it is, like you said, kind of incorporating all of the best elements from most of the games.
Yeah.
It's really nice.
Yeah, they the idea of what they've got here is really great. Like, they really knew what they were doing, and not just like mechanic wise, but like how progression works in this game is really cool. I'm gonna set the grinds to up-down inputs because those are a bit easier for the grinds in the manuals.
Yeah.
Since it's what you press anyways.
Is this game does a really good job of like directing your fun, I guess. That doesn't really sound like a good thing. But what I mean is like,
what do you mean by that? Yeah, I was gonna ask.
what I mean is like in like the original Pro Skater games and even Underground, you'd play through the parks. You'd get like you'd get the letters for skate and the VHS tape. You do the little score challenges. And then, but once you went through every park, you kind of had to like make your own fun.
Well,
which
yeah,
is fine, and it was fun enough to get by on that. But the fact that this game gives you more things to pursue,
Right.
exactly.
Because part of the idea, you know what it is like when I'm looking into like hardcore players of Pro Skater, it is the game fun that you make for yourself is literally going into training mode in a fighting game.
Yes,
That
that's
is exactly what it is.
It is me.
It is
playing
labbing
through-
combos.
It is me playing Bloody Palace and Devil May Cry over and over and over again, knowing that if I ever did actually beat it, I would get one taunt and that would be it.
It is, and then there's... Are these the right ones? The right leggings I had before?
Yeah, are they black on the back? Yeah.
They
those
had
were
a
the
color.
ones.
Those ones didn't have that, did they?
The ones
Oh,
we're
they
wearing
do.
right
Okay,
now are
got
the-
it.
Yeah.
Now we can go into multiplayer. And hopefully get some hate mail.
Oh,
Man, I don't
And
get
it's
any
right.
hate
On
mail.
PlayStation, you'll get hate mail.
I'm so
And
sad.
I turned my my inbox to open when
mine's-
this game launched.
Maybe mine's turned off. Maybe that's
It
why I don't
probably
get
is
enough
because
hate
you
mail.
get scam people all the time on PlayStation
Yeah, but
when they hit you up.
makes
Gamer-
me feel a little less lonely, you know?
The gamer girl's looking for you.
Oh God, it's Hanger. Oh, I'm having flashbacks. Oh no.
They're looking for something. No Roshi on PC yet.
Sorry, Clint. You got second place. What a shame.
What do you mean all the DMs scored? What bit is this? Yeah, so like I said, my PC's GPU is fucked, so I haven't been able to play the game on like good settings or anything. So
Which
this
is
is
wild because the game still looked really good.
yeah.
At least through all the bitrate and all the Discord streaming bitrate.
You know what it is? It's actually TAA because it adds just enough blur to get rid of the anti-aliasing, but also just I don't know. I don't know. It just hides a lot. TAA can hide a lot. There was that and oh right, so part of the replay in the originals that many people I saw talking about it is, you know, your career progress doesn't go between characters. So the main replay value for a lot of people in the older games was literally doing the career mode with every single character separately,
Yeah.
which feels a little repetitive for me.
Well, it's not like, because most of the character, you get like one Wolverine or Spider-Man like per game. And the rest, it's like, I know Tony Hawk, I know Bam Margera, and then there's just a bunch of dudes wearing a helmet. So like, nobody really plays fundamentally any different, because once you get like the stat points, the stats like equal out. Which I guess that is part of the goal,
Just
but
have to,
like
level them up basically, and they'll all be the same then.
Yeah, you do.
pretty
On
much,
par
yeah.
with each other.
Yep, they'll all
Which,
be
I
the
mean,
same.
that's good so that you can play as your favorite skateboarder, but no one has like unique tricks as far as I know.
In
No
the
one-
original ones, they
there's no-
do, yeah.
Oh, they do? Oh.
Yeah. Yep. Not like in this one because everyone can just like pull the tricks. Shit, I couldn't. Oh, I still got a higher combo with that. I was gonna say my balance was gone.
Well, that's something like if you introduce a new mode to the game later on, like post-launch, you give certain skaters different abilities or whatever. I mean, I don't know how.
Well, they
make
mechanically,
for that
it
to be
seems
the
like the
case.
philosophy was definitely to have every character on even grounds. Because in the old games, you also had to
Right.
pay for your tricks. In this one, there is no paying for tricks. Everything's open from the start, which I think is
Got it.
really cool, and I much prefer that. Fuck. And yeah, we're listening to Jesse's music. That's why I pulled it up for the stream earlier. If anyone wants it, I put his Bandcamp in the description of the video.
Highly recommend it.
Yeah, I'm gonna use his music for the video as well.
That is the one positive for the series that will unfortunately not be highlighted. Can't be highlighted, I guess. Just play 2 seconds of every song on the soundtrack.
Ooh.
Like in the background of the video.
Rip that guy. I think I just took it from him. How are you tonight? I'm pretty good. I've had a swell day. I had a swell morning, and it's just led to a good feeling day.
Yeah. He finally got to see more Resident Evil 8 footage, and he's just ecstatic about it.
I did enjoy that footage.
It was really good.
I was kind of like not paying it so much attention originally when they first showed it, but
turned into like a spooky oh fuck, what was his name?
What, Ethan?
No, not Ethan. The style at the end. Tim Burton. Turning a little Tim
yeah,
Burton
yeah,
film at
that
the end.
stuff,
Yeah,
yeah.
we were talking about that.
Yeah.
I love
like
Bull
when
Ring.
they do that when they're talking about fairy tales, because they also, I don't know if anyone will remember this, the Harry Potter Deathly Hallows Part 1, when they go over the 3 hollows or whatever they
General, it's
Deathly
FF16
Hallows.
without a doubt, 100%.
They do like the dark fairy tale style.
Mhm.
It's always cool to see that introduced. I'm glad
Yeah.
Resident Evil did it for their little fairy tale thing.
I love the whole village concept, and then whatever the fuck that huge place is. Fuck, I don't have this place is too big for that. Oh hey, Gord's in the match. Gord Father 12. That's
Dream
him.
Sniped you.
Yeah.
I'll report it.
Dream sniping in Tony Hawk. Wow.
Nobody told me about this Arc System Works Way Forward Ruby game.
Oh yeah. I'm pretty. That's an exciting combination too.
Rory's talking about it. It's probably not a fighting game.
Nope.
It'll be
Well,
a
not-
beat 'em up with the sprites.
Damn, this one's going well. Yeah,
That
Final
doesn't
Fantasy
sound bad.
16 was announced at the Sony's PS5 showcase. It's the director of Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Music by Soken, who does 14's music. It is the Final Fantasy 14 Heavensward team. What happened was after Heavensward, that's when development started. That's when they broke off and started work on it. Which anyone who's
Wait,
played
was
Final Fantasy
Heavensward?
14, they kind of know that with Stormblood, the content got a little formulaic because, you know, the bulk of the team left to go work on 16. And then, I mean, they still pulled it back for Shadowbringers, which is a fucking phenomenal story, so everything's
That's what
worked
I was
out.
gonna ask. Was Heavensward before or after Shadowbringers? I couldn't remember.
Shadowbringers just happened less than a year ago. Heavensward was
Yeah,
many,
I just couldn't
many
remember
years
the
ago.
names
Yeah.
for each expansion.
Right.
So I wasn't sure which came first. Whereas I could list
Do I
off
have any
instantly
points?
the WoW expansions.
Oh, I'm in 3rd place.
Nice.
So what?
Yeah.
And the director of The Last Remnant. And I mean, I was saying if they get Ishikawa in on that, who wrote the main scenario for Shadowbringers, then it's gonna be, my god, it's gonna be incredible. Oh my god. Unlike that.
It's even starring the Warrior of Light.
Yeah, basically. I love it. It's always, it's you know what it is already. It's gonna be an angsty kid who's gonna have reason for being angsty. He's gonna be really fucking traumatized. Whoever Joshua is also gonna be very traumatized.
I was gonna say, there's one shot with Joshua, the kid,
Yeah.
where I
I was
audibly
gonna say,
went,
Joshua's
"Oh
the kid
god!"
that
Yeah, that's what
becomes
we
like
did
a
on
demon
stream.
or something, right?
What?
He like he becomes like a demon or something.
Yeah,
doesn't he?
yeah, something along those
Fucking
lines.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But he
it's
also
Unfortunately-
got traumatized because he saw someone literally get
It is-
beheaded or something. And
it
blood
has
all-
so
it's
many
scary.
it has so many inspirations from both Heavensward's story and also Final Fantasy XII's story vibes. It is
Is
it is
14 that
crazy.
violent? Like visually?
Not visual. I mean, it can get there.
It's implied.
Yeah, you know, it's not exactly built to show that much violence, but no, Final Fantasy's always been a teen-rated series, and they've gone out of their way to make sure it stayed that.
Whereas 16, who knows now?
That was
16 is
not
really mature.
I was gonna say that's not a T-rated blood spray.
Yeah,
That
no.
was-
Whoa.
But
Oh
T
shit, it's
plus
graffiti.
15.
But
Or
yeah,
E15 plus, or T15 plus. What's the E10
E10
plus,
and
right?
up.
So T15
and up.
plus.
T15 plus.
Damn.
I thought it was neat that they're going back to classic like fantasy.
Yeah,
like,
I love
it's
it.
not modern
medieval
fantasy.
Yeah.
And so I propose that this will be the next generation's Final Fantasy IX, where it goes largely ignored for 15 years until everyone makes video essays about it, talking about how it was the crown jewel of the PS5 era. But no, it looks cool. It
Virgil
looks
and DMC5 Special
Two
Edition.
Devil May Cry games got announced at this PS5 conference. Because, damn, is Final Fantasy an action series now?
Oops. Yeah, there were rumors like months ago that DMC5 and Dragon's Dogma battle director left to Square, but those were always rumors. I don't know if anything came of them. I don't
just
think it
remember-
looks inspired enough to be that, but I mean, you kind of see it with the weapon variety that was in the 16 trailer. He was going through all sorts of things. He was teleporting.
Yeah, Phil was showing me the trailers, and he showed me the Final Fantasy 51, and I'm like, oh, cool, it went back to classic fantasy. I guess I'm out, because I'm not a huge fan of just traditional fantasy
Oh yeah, I've
stories.
missed it so much. That's
And
why.
then the gameplay started, and I'm like, I'll get over it. I'll get over it. You know, I'll learn to like it.
Now we'll get you to play Witcher 3.
Nope, absolutely not.
God damn it.
The thing that got me interested in this was the combat. Why would I go
Yeah,
play The
well.
Witcher 3?
Yeah, whoops.
To get yourself used to the setting. So you can appreciate the setting more, Max.
I really
Play
don't know
Witcher
what it
3.
is. I don't
It's
like
very good.
Read the book.
like so online all your stats are automatically maxed out, but for some reason I just have a harder time keeping balance on PS4 than I do on PC. Maybe it's input latency, but it never feels like there's that much. By the way, did you see that new NVIDIA Reflex thing?
No.
That's out for all more modern NVIDIA graphics cards. You lose like 2 FPS total for faster response time.
That sounds cool. By the way, I kept checking the NVIDIA store in that like hour span that you never took your nap, and
Right.
still nothing.
Right. Yeah, it's
I
for
was
the-
looking though.
It's for the 17th, so I gotta guess maybe midnight. I'll be like, I don't know. I don't want to miss it because if I do, I'm not gonna get one.
Yeah, those things are gonna sell out fast.
And I am aiming for the Founders Edition because of how it's I think I trust
Is
how
it-
it's cooled more.
Is
Because
it
everyone else's
legitimately
cards are gonna
called
be-
Founders Edition? Because I couldn't find that version on.
They always
Best
are.
Buy.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
always are. I have the link here for it. So
I,
I
was looking,
had
and
the
I saw
link
that Best
earlier.
Buy had like 10 different 3080s.
Right, yeah, there's all the ones from the other brands.
Yeah, General 12. I just like final games. The fantasy part doesn't interest me all that much. I just like games that are the last one.
I know many people will play Tony Hawk games with like a PlayStation controller, but I've gotten so used to it on Xbox, especially after Thug Pro. Because that's after a decade of not playing these games, and then suddenly I come back to them on Xbox controller. And I played them on GameCube controller mostly.
You didn't hook up your Dreamcast adapter?
No, not today. That's for special occasions.
Yeah, that's
The
that's when friends come over. They get the Dreamcast controller.
because my brothers and I, we played 2 many years ago when it was out, but most of my memories are from 4 and Underground.
Yup. I still think I like Underground more as a series.
I like Underground 1. That's it.
I was gonna say
as a series.
I think Underground 1
Damn it! Oh, that was.
is a
If
peak.
they remake it though, they can make 2 pretty decent, I think.
Well, I don't know what they would
I
do
don't
about
know.
that because I don't know what they're gonna do about Bam. You know, the other half of
Yeah.
the story.
Yeah.
Just call him the Dark Seeker. Just just make him like, put a hood on him. No, there's something because Tony Hawk Underground is like silly. It is. I think you
It's
said it,
definitely
Austin.
silly.
It's Saints Row 2 to Saints Row 3.
Yeah, it really is.
Like,
Here's another problem: is I can't get used to holding Ollie. You have to hold Ollie while you're manualing, so you keep going. Oh, that would have been funny if I took first place while not paying attention again. You have to hold Ollie while you're manualing, so you'll actually go. And I am so like not used to that on PlayStation. Right, he's not. They removed the other person who was also a celebrity in the Thug 2 poster too, so it most likely had to do with using their likenesses. I actually, I mean, I didn't mention that in the video. I guess I should, huh? It's, well, no, I didn't mention it because that wasn't in the original game, so that's why I didn't think of it. You were still saying something about, I don't know, was it DMC?
oh yeah, we started talking about Devil May Cry. I
Yeah.
like that game. Duh. Wow, the DMC5 has a special edition with a playable Virgil in it. Oh my gosh. Oh golly gee.
Rave accused me of being a plant hire for Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm gonna stop there after the goddamn New England cream donuts. No. Continue.
Boston cream donut?
Well, it
I
doesn't.
mean,
well, Boston cream
it's-
doesn't actually come from Boston.
Damn, I got schooled. I'm sorry. You win.
Oh god damn it! I just got that. Oh, I don't know what I was trying. It was only 75,000 points. Whoops.
The problem is that everything that's in this special edition, modders did 2 years ago, or
Yeah, that's true.
like when the game came out. That being, it's nice that it's like official.
Yeah, and also
and
next gen.
Yeah, turbo mode is good.
Like I was saying while we were streaming it that Capcom has next gen nailed in terms of performance. Between that whole engine. That whole engine is fucking
The
spectacular.
RE engine might be the best engine.
It is spectacular because there is a 120 FPS mode for PS4, PS5. PS5 version is getting a
Or
120
Devil May
FPS
Cry
mode.
5.
Yes. That's why it was in the thing because it was coming to PS5.
Yeah, but I'm going through features. I'm not seeing 120 FPS.
Nibble retweeted it.
Oh,
He
there it
probably
is,
pulled
there
it
it
from
is.
some article. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, now I'm seeing it.
Damn it!
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I
Good job, Gord.
think
GG's.
I think it's really like a huge. I think it's a lot to just incorporate V's entire moveset into Virgil.
Yeah.
I wish that he had Force Edge and Beowulf instead. I wish he had the other sword and the gauntlets so that I could do Lunar Phase and Starfall and. But it's cool. It's cool that it's there. A legendary Dark Knight mode is back. That's great.
Yeah, that
It's
was
a very silly mode.
what was someone brought up in chat was about going off topic real quick about American Wasteland and its loadless. You know, the game boasted no load times, but how they did it was just you had to go through a long ass tunnel while the game loaded.
Yeah, and then I was watching the Dark Souls remake, and I'm like, oh wow, this looks like Dark Souls. Granted,
Demon
running
Souls.
Demon. Wow.
You get the point.
Demon Souls. This game looks really good, and it's running. I was like, it's nice that there's finally a next-gen Souls game after 2 next-gen consoles. And then they went to the fire, the campfire.
You could grind on that? Yeah, they fucking teleported instantly.
Instantly, and I'm like, oh wow, that SSD is really cool. Now, that's all they ever had to show. They spent all this time talking about AI. And,
right, because like one of the first things they showed off was the fly through like the Spider-Man open world, but that was like a close thing. They didn't like broadcast that. But like, you know, that's using something we're already familiar with and just taking out its load times. That's what they need to show.
Exactly. Like
That's
where a loading
the
screen
best thing
used
for
to
this
be.
next gen is honestly the load times.
Yeah.
That being said, and I was talking to Phil about this. I don't know if he brought it up during the stream. So the consoles have expandable storage. So what happens to the no loading screen when you put a hard drive in it that isn't their Turbo Super Max?
Could you imagine just like ripping that size hard drive out of a laptop and throwing it in? They might be like, you know, well, not proprietary, but like licensed ones, I guess. Like Sony and Microsoft will license them, but also the Xbox One S does not have expandable storage apparently.
The One S is
Series
apparently
S.
the Series S. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the Series S is a big haha. That's a very silly console for $400.
Because that's only 500 gigs, right?
I don't know if we confirmed that, but we did like.
It is a digital-only console that costs the same as an Xbox One X and runs worse. So I don't know why.
So weird.
It doesn't run worse. It's weaker hardware.
I
don't know why you'd buy it.
And thinking of like. Also, games are going to be $70 now.
It means we don't have to buy season passes anymore, right? Because they're incorporating it in the base.
I don't think so, Tim.
Right, guys? That's why you would increase the price?
You wish.
Don't think so, Tim.
Just make them cost $80 then. Just make video games cost $80 and be done.
You need to make them cost $90 before they stop doing fucking season pass.
Fine.
Whoa.
I would rather
And
just
even
not
then,
have
you'll
to.
still have games.
We're gonna find a new map. I don't like. Neil Sham, I don't know how I was still here.
I would rather just pay $90 up front than have to bother with going to an in-game store.
I don't like how
with
the
DLC.
value increased in the last 2 minutes. to $90.
You're right. We have to put the
$90.
We cannot let this
But-
cycle of abuse continue.
Listen, $90, but you never have to ever deal with a season pass again. Ever.
Dude,
it's just a free update.
It would be so unfortunate, but honestly, a second game crash may be for the better long term.
I don't know if we'll
Oh
get
my
like
God.
that's not gonna get rid of rotating shops.
You and Drew.
No, it
with
won't,
with your fear mongering. Your game crash fear mongering.
I'm just saying, for the long term, it may prove to, you know,
Oh my God, not
change
not,
some
not Maul.
things. But I don't think we'll see a second game.
I'm gonna do
sorry.
one
I
session
think it's
on
doing-
Maul, and then we're gonna swap
'Cause
maps
it's-
again.
It's clearly working still right now, but the
I was gonna
systems
say,
they
I'm
have in
sorry.
place,
I'm
it's not
sorry,
gonna
but until these Persona costumes stop being so cute, I'm gonna keep buying this shit up. I'm gonna
See?
be a big hypocrite.
Oh, the lag. It does like the same kind of lagging too when like anytime someone joins a session, leaves the session, the session ends, or like the match ends. Oh good, it changed maps for me.
I think in order for a second game crash to happen, you need more Marvel Avengers, but people actually don't buy it.
You need a million Marvel Avengers. And you need them to be far worse than Marvel Avengers.
And again, you also need them to not sell, because Marvel Avengers still sold way too well
The
for what it is.
the game crash was a million games and a million bad games. That's what the crash was. We have never seen a situation remotely close to what happened then.
Yeah.
Especially because there was no standard back then. There was no
Steam front page might be pushing for a games crash. Now that I think about it,
It wasn't until like Nintendo and Sega stepped into the picture that a standard, like people smart enough to structure game design properly came along. The game sold. Lol, the Atari games, yeah. The Atari games that caused the video game crash. There were far too many and they were all trash.
I'm still happy that there are still like good games out there that don't have bullshit tied to it, or what little bullshit there is so minimally invasive, I guess is the best term. That it's negligible most of the time. Because I mean, assuming it's good, it's nice to see Cyberpunk 2077 is gonna be a video game.
God damn it.
You know?
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess the best you can hope for right now is minimally invasive.
This headshot guy.
And you always have indie games.
I don't know why I did that.
And there's been a lot of high quality indie games coming out over the last decade.
I'm sorry, General Pfaff, but we really shouldn't be talking about Nintendo and game quality right now. Now's not the time.
Not right now.
What
Wait
do you
till
mean,
next
Max?
week.
Everyone's giving it 8 out of 9, 8 and 9s.
It's
for
because
3D All-Star.
Oh my god. 8? 8? Oh, people. Some journos are getting blacklisted. 8?
Hold on, let me find the review.
That's
first.
2 less than 10.
Shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
They were so close.
Max, you math!
They were so close
Max
to.
math!
Oh, God.
Pog.
Pop, me not being able to do math is a bit, but I really can't read. Come on.
And I can't skate.
Oh.
Yeah, so, yeah, I wanted to talk about, like, remasters and remakes. And then there's that with 3D All-Stars just being ports. And a very bare bones. This literally exists for a collector to say they own game. Like, that's what it is, really.
I have said this before, and it is only becoming more true. Nintendo doesn't make video games, they make toys. All-Stars, 3D All-Stars, is a toy that you put on your shelf behind a glass case. You lick the cartridge once, and then you put it up on the shelf.
I thought you said it was a collector's item.
Yeah, because it reminds me of the quality of the Game Boy Micro. I've talked about my Game Boy Micro a lot, but it is not built well enough to, like, actually use, and it's also too damn small to use. It is a collector's item through and through.
It's no PSP Go.
It's no N-Gauge.
It's no N-Gauge. It's no,
Oh, this is... No! God damn it! I wasn't paying attention that it was a score challenge. I never pay attention to what mode it is, so I just start doing a combo.
Yeah, it's no $2,000 Neo Geo X.
And sorry, chat. I'm gonna see if I can make the chat bigger because I can't see it from. And I'm also looking at my big
Whatever
STV.
happened to Atari's like mini or whatever?
There we go. That's much bigger.
I guess everyone realized that no one actually wants to play Atari games.
There, I can see chat much easier now. Yeah, and like this is Activision, weirdly enough, has been more like pro-consumer compared to Nintendo with like these re-releases with Tony Hawk now and Crash and Spyro. I won't throw CTR in there. That's a little under it, but in comparison,
CTR is like the most confusing of
right.
all.
Because and you know what it was? They took too many damn changes in modernizing it. This was a good example of modernizing with what they did with Tony Hawk. But, you know, if CTR had a system of progression similar to this, it would have been a lot better, I think.
Yeah.
You still gotta like figure out something to balance, though. Because it has, for some modes, it can have a similar situation where, like, the race is over in 10 seconds. And if you aren't good, then you didn't get to play. People have been very vocal about how upset they are with how good people are at Tony Hawk.
They've been sending DMs to Activision's PSN account about it.
Damn it, I can't...
Yeah, that's the thing with CTR, is like, fuck it. Just list Spyro at $5 at that point. Like, that's it. It is predatory on your time. It's like how Mortal Kombat 11 was.
Yeah, predatory on
launch.
time, that's, yeah.
It's like, this is the one, we have to build engagement so that we can show investors how much people play our game.
That's the whole goal as the games as a service now.
Whereas,
that's why
like,
battle passes exist. That's why it's just.
It's like, I'm an adult with a job. I'll just buy the thing I want if you let me. I don't want to play your game exclusively.
Right, like we, you know, as...
It feels like every game's turned into an MMO without the monthly fee. It's... And
like,
they want you playing it nearly exclusively, yeah, like...
Oh, I gotta get this combo started with like, damn it! Well, never mind, I fell. Yeah, because, like, you know, this stream is happening because Activision gave me a free code, but as it is, the shop in CTR sucks, rotation shops suck. That's why I'm very, like, happy with the progress system that's in this game, and having fucking 700 challenges for a game that's as arcadey like this, having it that many, like, challenges feels good. It doesn't feel, like, monotonous. I think that's what I was gonna say right a while ago, was that doing career mode over and over again just with different characters feels monotonous, but the idea of doing all the challenges with them, because everyone has their own specials still, like they start with their own specials, they have challenges where you have to do their specials in one combo together. You gotta do fucking, you gotta hit like every gap across a level in one combo. It's pretty extreme. And yeah, Mortal Kombat 11 also has a bad system. Activision does not make, like, you know, some good calls. I wouldn't normally say that they're pro-consumer. It is just in these instances where they release these remasters and remakes that are $40 and come with one or two games, 1 to 3 games. That was the point we were trying to make.
It like
everything else Activision does, not very good normally.
Like the Crash game. Like, the Crash trilogy is really good, but the Spyro trilogy for $40 is, like, stupid value.
Right, yeah.
Those games, having all 3 of those games remade especially well, and then if you know, play it on PC at, like a real frame rate,
yeah, is, like, incredible.
And that's the end of the sentence. I thought I had more, but then it kind of stopped.
Yeah, and I really am, like, just sorely disappointed in Nintendo over this whole thing. Because last night I set up Sunshine in 64 so I can play them on my own sometime. Because this was going to be the time I would, like, actually play through them as an adult, because I haven't played through those games fully as an adult.
Mario Sunshine
Besides
is
Galaxy.
a game...
I stream Galaxy if anyone wants to know. There's a stream of that and I'll go to Bedcast.
Mario Sunshine is one of the games that I play through fully once a year. It is my favorite Mario game. It might be one of, like, my favorite platformers of all time. I love Super Mario Sunshine. I will not be picking this collection up.
Right.
And that makes me really upset, because I'm like, oh shit, 1080p, 60 FPS Mario Sunshine, and then I can play it at, like, 480p, 20 FPS handheld, or whatever the Switch does. That's great. Cool. But, like, it doesn't even run as well as my GameCube copy, let alone other methods of manually remaking games.
It's
and that's
bizarre.
the thing is, like, recently on stream, I played a Mario 64 remake, essentially.
Like, it's like they just didn't want to give this a budget, which is really weird. It's Mario, for fuck's sake.
That's why it's like, oh, why do you need to create false scarcity? It's Mario. It'll sell.
Right. That's why I'm thinking like it has, I don't know, some
Well,
conspiracy that it has to do
digitally.
with the game itself. Like they knew what it was looking like.
It's because they can only personalize so many copies of Mario 64. Thank you.
I don't understand the thinking behind it. Like, do they think?
Oh God, I
they'll
was
just
impaled
sell
with
it
the
quickly
fucking
then?
board. Holy shit.
My
That's misunderstood.
my positive outlook is that they just don't think. My extremely pessimistic outlook is big virus happened this year. People don't have as much money and can only get a couple of games maybe, or one for holiday. You better fucking get Mario because you're not going to be able to middle of
Again.
next year.
But that also brings up the whole Mario 35 thing, though. Why is that limited?
Yeah, that's bizarre.
I don't.
Maybe it's
get,
because
like,
they think
to-
by March they'll forget they made it and think it's a fan game and take it down.
'Cause the emulator they're using for, I think it's both. It's the same emulator for Sunshine and Galaxy, was developed by Nintendo of Europe. So like this could be a whole like Nintendo of Europe project, an undertaking. So I don't know. I just want someone to blame. So I'm gonna.
My favorite part about I'm blaming Shigeru Miyamoto. I'm going right to the top.
Yeah, that's fine.
The funniest part about the remakes that I think that I don't see anyone talking about is like, man, you only get 2 games if you own a Switch Lite. Because Mario Galaxy is unplayable for you. 'Cause
From
you
what I was
need
seeing,
a-
it still has. You just shake the console.
But you can't because there are multiple puzzles that involve pointing at the screen.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So
normal
it-
Switch
it-
players, that may be an
'Cause
issue
when I-
if you never bought a new pair of Joy-Cons.
When I
Like,
when I streamed it, when I did 1 and 2 on stream, I busted out the what did I do? Did I use the sensor bar? Where'd I put the sensor bar? I don't remember. But I used the sensor bar, broke out the Wiimote and nunchuck, because
You have to.
you can like map everything to a controller and do it with the right analog stick, but I don't think that just plays well at all. But then again, Nintendo's a big company who could hire QA to figure that out and get
No.
it feeling right, as opposed to, understandably, when a couple modders do it and they just set up a control profile in Dolphin, it's not gonna feel good. That's the difference between, that's what should be the difference between when a fan project mod happens and when a studio gets its hands on it, is one has the budget and time for the QA to properly assess things and everything. Trying to think of another example. But I mean, other times, yeah, it just is. Sometimes the fans have it right.
Super Mario Sunshine can run at 4K 120 FPS. It can. I've seen it.
Was the we know who made Sonic Mania, and he did the Sonic mobile port before that.
Fucking Christian Whitehead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Phenomenal
Yeah.
Sonic port.
Yeah.
I just-
The Sonic CD one especially.
It's just strange, and Nintendo's gonna get away with it because they have no competition. Really,
I'm gonna do
it's-
hard on-stream callouts. Nintendo's gonna get away with it because of people like Cheat who just go, well, they're never gonna change anything, so just don't complain. It's never gonna change. Nintendo's never gonna add like an Ethernet port. So
Well, then don't
why
buy
even
it.
talk about it? Well, why even talk about it?
Right. Well, we won't. We'll just not buy it.
Exactly.
Well, I'm gonna buy it. I'm just gonna sell it later.
yeah. Get your content and get out, Austin.
I'm not even gonna like. I'm just gonna play him personally. I really don't want to. I really do not want to be caught on stream playing Sunshine. I think that'll be too embarrassing. That game is hard. Game is hard as fuck.
It is.
Germa
My
did it.
favorite-
You can do it.
My
Yeah,
favorite
that doesn't
clip
mean
of me of My favorite clip of me of all time now is me saying, "All right, here we go," and then diving into a pit immediately in sunshine.
I think I remember that clip.
Yeah. The one where I broke my closet.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would also be kind of pointless because if you stream Super Mario 64, no one would even be able to tell you're playing a remake.
Right.
Re-release, port.
I don't know. I would have to like play more of it because
emulation.
I've never liked how 64 felt, and I don't think 64 feels good today. Which is why if they were to do something more ambitious, because that was another thing, is everyone had higher expectations of Nintendo. Like if they just did a straight remake where it used like Odyssey's engine, that'd be fucking so sick.
That would be crazy.
So here's why I don't think that is that the level design in 64, you would have to like make it a new game. There are so many levels in 64 that is climb up a slope and fight a bomb. And that's it. That's the whole level. Clock. Go up.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
would probably get like, especially a lot longer. I remember an interview many years ago where Miyamoto said, yeah, I get kind of bored when I play Mario 64. Smario. His name's Smario now, by the way.
I don't know. And at the same time, I wasn't necessarily expecting remakes. I was just expecting, you know, better ports, I guess.
I was expecting at least the upscaling that Project 64 has been able to do for like over a decade.
Right. I wasn't even like, I would have even accepted like just emulation. That's fine. That's not a big deal. It is
but
how they've handled it is not representative of the scope of what Nintendo's capable of. Like, look at Mega Man. Look at Mega Man Zero Collection. The Mega Man Zero Collection is the best, like, emulated collection of ports for any game collection. It is phenomenal what they did with Mega Man Zero Collection. And that should be like a goal, because that also isn't just that, but that's also like an artwork collection too, which according to Digital Eclipse, that's never easy to do. That's always a massive undertaking to do like a historic, shit, I believe it's Digital Eclipse, but to do a massive like history telling within the game, collect all sorts of hidden unseen artwork and shit. Mario should have done that. Mario easily should have done that.
Yeah, especially considering we all already have that artwork.
Yeah.
It's really easily accessible now.
Yeah.
The only thing I was going to bring up is the reason I wasn't expecting a straight up remake is because if it wasn't literally just a visual upgrade, people would probably complain because of how highly regarded they are.
Right.
Whereas
I think this is worse.
Crash and Spyro, they're classics, but you're not going to get controversy out of small changes of any variety. Like with the Crash thing, what was the Crash thing with jumping on platforms or whatever?
Well, they rounded the...
Oh, that was a gameplay thing, though.
Yeah, they rounded the fucking hitboxes. Or the collision. They rounded collision, which is a problem.
Spyro had some...
I've had many people,
visuals,
like... whenever I've mentioned that, because of, you know, I have an audience that cares more about ports, that's what most people mention right away is having played Crash because of the collision issues. And they do suck. And I say, like... it was bad on console. That game is a completely different game at 60 FPS on PC. But Spyro, like, the most complaining I heard about was fucking changing the colors of the sky, and then, you know what Toys for Bob did? They fucking changed it. They listened to the feedback.
It was the purple filter. The whole game had like a color filter on it, which as soon as I got to play it on PC, again, at 144 frames per second, with that filter off, I was a fucking kid again. It was crazy.
And by any chance, did they keep that option on so if you wanted to have the purple filters, they had both?
Oh,
or was it just a straight up we changed it?
I modded my eyes to not have a purple filter anymore.
Oh, gotcha.
But that option may... Oh, no. What they did was they put in an option to turn the motion blur off. The motion blur was like...
it was really bad.
It didn't affect
Gotcha.
me too much, but when I streamed it, I had people in chat saying, like, I can't watch this. This
Right.
is making me
Blurs.
physically... It happened to Phil, too, who just joined.
Yes.
The Spyro remake with the motion blur.
Gross.
Yeah. So when they finally added the option to turn that off, I'm like, oh, hell yeah. Now this game looks perfect.
But yeah, back to my point. I think as far as those three
Damn it.
Mario games, any small change would instantly be flooded with some massive controversy, no matter how minimal it may have been. So that's
I would
why
have
didn't
rather
have the
that over the
expectation.
emulation issues because I
I-
would have still bought it. I'm not gonna buy
guess.
this. I mean, I shouldn't buy this. Shit. I would actually open the game if it was something like that. You know, I would actually put it in my
Yeah.
Switch and play it.
Now
I'm
this
not
is
going
to. Yeah, I
exactly
guess.
what I expected, but I
Pros and
expected the
cons.
emulation to at least work.
Yeah.
I never expected any remake of any kind. I expected 1080p, like 60 FPS for Mario 64, maybe, and Super Mario Sunshine 720p 60, like something like that.
Here, I'm gonna copy
And then
over
I
to this
expected the
board thing.
games to work, and that's it. That's all I expected.
Are
And
we- are we-
even then,
Are we saying that Tony Hawk doesn't work, or are we saying that the Mario games don't work?
we're talking about
Mario.
Mario.
This game's
Okay.
fucking
Even-
phenomenal. This game is fantastic.
Yeah, this worked.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm
I
glad.
can't-
I was really upset that I was going to come in on a very upsetting stream.
Nope,
No,
this is
we're actually
great.
talking about how Activision has been killing it with all these remakes.
Yeah, if there's
Can't
anything I
believe-
could, what pop?
I was just gonna say I can't believe SpongeBob game
Yeah.
is gonna come up on top over a Mario re-release.
I
Right.
think
Like quality
I
wise.
know I know I make fun of Nintendo a lot, but it's because sometimes I feel alone in my distrust. I really just think that they're hacks. I think it's all a big, just a.
What, you think
just-
it's been like
Yeah.
a series, a marathon of coincidences for the last 30s,
I think
40 years?
I think it has been a bumblefuck streak, and they have just been tripping into successes. And that, like, yes.
No, I disagree with that wholeheartedly.
I do too. but-
Wholeheartedly. Just because I don't like Nintendo or Nintendo properties as much, it's just that like the problem with Nintendo is that Nintendo is effectively the Disney of video gaming, in that they have pretty much all the power in the world. There's no way to actively compete with them. They can get away with pretty much whatever they want to do in terms of general business practices, no matter how scummy or predatory they end up becoming. Because of the fact that their IPs are so strong and that they know that people will always consistently buy them, it has not been bumblefuck town, but like it's just that Nintendo has the balls to essentially turn around and do something as wild and crazy as the Wii, and then benefit from it, and then turn around and go, well, let's try to give people what they want. Let's give them an HD Wii. Oh, that's not what people wanted in the first place at all, apparently, because no one fucking bought them. And then they were like, why don't we just go back to the drawing board and just make what we want to make, which is what we're strong at. Mobile gaming with a strong presence on bringing our exclusive titles to the forefront. Switch happened. It is just.
Damn
it is
it.
what it is. The thing is that Nintendo, when they want to work, they can totally work, and it's great. And I think under Iwata, everything was, even when it wasn't good, everything was for the most part relatively okay in terms of business. Ever since Iwata has been gone, Nintendo has been more open to doing just wackier fucking consumerist bullshit that doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because they
Right.
know people will buy it. They know
In
people
my
will buy it.
brain, if Nintendo doesn't know what they're... If it's not that they don't know what they're doing, then it is, really troubling and dark.
Like,
No,
Yeah,
it-
because
it-
it's
who
gonna
is it?
It
continue
is
down this-
literally just
So we
put the
know-
code on the cartridge, they'll buy it.
we know part of Iwata's background was, it wasn't just he was a game designer first before a businessman.
It was a program. He's
Who is it? Blanking on his name.
are you thinking of the Earthbound story?
No, the person who's, not the current CEO, because they're a lot older. Koizumi.
Yeah.
Koizumi is far more a developer, a programmer than businessman. And maybe a imbalance in that.
I don't think Doug Bowser is doing anything.
No, I think
don't
no.
think
I
Bowser
think
is-
the reason this is happening is because of him. This doesn't seem like a Japanese decision. This seems like an American decision. 100%.
Collection? I don't know.
To make
But
the,
the
to make the
collection's
port
like
bad?
how it's releasing?
Yes, absolutely. Why not? If you're going to how many American companies have we seen do the bare minimum when it comes to re-releasing titles?
Well, how many have
really,
done
like,
limited
really-
releases? That's more of a Japanese thing, actually.
Sure. So like but I'm going to say that like the way that the whole thing is like actually met out, like how it's actually all going, I feel like sure, maybe it's a collaborative effort between both sides.
And
to
that's
just
why,
effectively
like
fuck
I said
consumers, but,
before, you pray that they're just really dumb and that they don't realize that they don't need to do forced scarcity to get Mario to sell, because otherwise the only other reason for it is kids might only get one game for Christmas this year. It better fucking be the funny man who jumps and says wahoo. It
That's a
better be
shame.
him.
That's a shame because unfortunately that's always been Nintendo's modus operandi is supply and demand. It has been for quite some time.
But it's
This is them.
pointless.
No, it's not, because it's going to work. 100%. It's not.
But
It's only pointless in the sense that because we're people who pay attention. Of course, it's going to be pointless to us because it doesn't make sense because we can emulate it better.
No,
But for
no, but
people-
what I'm
for
saying
normies-
is, but normies see if someone sees new Mario games, they're gonna buy Mario.
Yes.
If this wasn't the biggest video game mascot of all time, then
Yeah.
maybe the forced scarcity would make sense. But it's fucking Mario.
Yeah,
Of course people are
it's
gonna
going to
buy it.
sell.
But
It's
it's
going
not.
to
It's not
sell.
necessarily. It's not necessarily for scarcity. It's essentially for. It's not forcing scarcity so much as it is forcing people to buy it. It's not like a scarcity issue. They're not going to run out of copies. It's just that after a certain moment, they're going to. It's the Disney Vault situation. It's essentially how that works. They're going to open up the vault. They're going to release a thing, and they're going to get massive dividends. Massive dividends off of that small amount of time that's out there, and then they're going to quote unquote put it back in the vault, and then come to it at a later time. Because essentially what you're doing is it's a short-term small venture project that has little to no actual work necessary. It is an incredibly genius move. Is it incredibly predatory? 100%. And the thing is we have to realize Nintendo has always been a corporation at the core. Everyone wants to make money. It's just what it's been. Iwata, as cool as he is, has always been at the fucking there's still a board of directors that he has to make happy. There's still investors he has to make happy. Just because he was the kind of guy who would take a massive 50% pay cut doesn't mean that he wasn't a CEO. You know what I mean? There's still business decisions that need to be made. They're still evil, but they work.
But
and this game is going to make fucking gangbusters.
But they could release this collection every year with a different box art, and the same amount of people would buy it. We're not talking about Disney's The Rescuers coming out of the vault, where it's I don't really give a fuck about The Rescuers.
Even Disney dropped their idea of the vault, and it was only fairly recently, but the vault's gone. It doesn't exist anymore.
It's like, listen, I don't care about The Rescuers, but it's the only time I can buy The Rescuers, so where I wouldn't have bought it before, I will buy it now. Whereas, like I said, Mario 64 could release once a year, and everyone would still buy it because it's Mario. It's not The Rescuers, it's Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It's a shitty business, predatory business practice, but it's a good idea, 100%.
But it's not because you don't need to do it. Because the game will sell itself.
Yeah, but the thing is you're a human being with empathy and feelings, not a fucking corporate fucking hound who wants money. This is an incredible idea because you essentially fucking force people into the mindset that this is never going to happen again. It is a fantastic idea. It's going to make tons of fucking money. I know people who already know. They already know that this is a stupid idea, and they're going, but it's Mario, so they're gonna buy it anyway. Like it doesn't matter.
But if they didn't do this, they would have bought it anyway.
I don't,
Yes.
Max, you literally have no point. I don't think you're listening.
No. His point is basically he thinks that the idea of forcing this thing is completely unnecessary because it's going to make money no matter what.
No, it's going to make the same money, is what I'm saying.
No, that's where we disagree. That's where I think you're wrong, 100%. Because if essentially you're talking about small business ventures, and the way that they work is that if you force a kind of, not necessarily scarcity, but if you put a kind of weird relative time window and go, this is never going to happen again on what is essentially the console with the largest install base, arguably right now. I think PS4 is still winning, but the Switch is basically right on its heels. Exactly. There are people who are going to buy it just because it's limited. Essentially, that's in their mind. It is still limited because, as far as they're concerned, they don't have a grip on whether or not Nintendo's going to come back.
Okay, I see where I'm at and where everyone else is at. My brain, it's the difference between someone buying the one copy they were already going to buy and the 3 copies so that they can hoard it because it is limited.
Right, and that's the thing.
Okay. In that sense, yes.
That's what I'm saying. You're making it a collectible item at that point. You're making it
that's
something
that was the first thing I said about it. It is,
and I agreed. It is a
whatever.
shelf item. It is
Yep.
It is not a video game anymore. It is a collector's piece.
Right, which means it's going to make much more money much quicker within the. It's an incredible business idea. It's a really shitty business practice.
They should have charged
it is completely anti-consumer. Yeah, 100%. They should have fucking completely.
If it's a collector's item, they should have charged a $100 collector's edition.
Right, because to do that these days, the reality about collecting games in terms of artificial scarcity or artificial inflating the prices more, there were millions and millions of copies of all those old SNES and all those games, yet the prices for them are still ridiculous. But they've manufactured them so much. The only things that should be actually rare are things where there were limited copies produced. If something is mass-produced, if it is a Nintendo-published thing of yesteryear, it really shouldn't cost a lot. Look at Nintendo. Look at Super Nintendo games compared to Super Famicom games. Any collector knows this, that you can get a Super Famicom copy of any game in the library for way cheaper because it's not Super Nintendo. But they were they produced more Super Nintendo copies.
Yeah.
More are out there in the wild. So the idea of creating it limited time is really the only way to make it actually collectable. And
so you know what it is, Max? You know what it is, Max? You're not wrong, but also go fuck yourself is what they're saying. It's essentially, you are not wrong.
My brain.
And the
You
biggest
see this
gripe,
clown
but
Kuzumi-san?
we've mentioned it, but I just want to reiterate, the biggest gripe I have is that they're just doing this for the digital version too.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And that's just completely fucked up.
It's so that you buy your. I saw Twaff in the chat. They know a lot of people who are buying it physical, keeping it sealed to sell in a couple of years, and then buying it digitally to play that. And now I get it. Now my brain understands.
Wait,
Seeing
hold
the
on.
whole,
The digital version is limited because of Japanese laws? Excuse me? What? That's a whole new twist.
Excuse
me?
Is
Who
it
brought up the
because the
laws?
physical version is limited, and so the digital version has to be limited as well?
Bring up a source of that? That's actually crazy.
That would be weird.
Yeah,
that would
if
be
you could
strange.
please
I couldn't
explain
believe
that.
it, but... I just want to say though, Austin, you've been streaming for a little over an hour. You got 1 dislike. I think we pissed off a Nintendo fanboy or something.
No, that was from the.
That's toxic as fuck. Why would they have real-time dislikes?
Real time. I wish.
Right now. It's 6-1 though, so it's okay.
I wish Twitch had a constant like bar fighting between both sides. And then,
Dude.
like when something really bad happened, the bar would shoot down.
They should bring back the
I
star
want-
system
Right.
for that.
Oh my
I want Germa to stream on YouTube and every time
Incorporate
he goes
minus
it constantly
2.
Okay,
fluctuates.
Yeah.
I would like to see. Not to say that you're. I'm not going to say you're wrong, Twaff, but Dad has never heard of that. I've also not a fan. I'm like a expert on Japanese law, but I'll take your word for it. Apparently, it is able to put out a limited version of one thing and not the other, like the other form.
Yeah.
So
Well, what's
it
another
has to-
example of that?
So then this
Yeah.
is 100% a Japanese
Nintendo's the
decision
first
too. It's
person to
not
fucking
Doug
do this.
Bowser.
I don't know.
What's an example? What's another example?
Here, I'll
Well, I
look it up.
mean,
I'm gonna
Disney-
get a new drink.
you could also look at like there's like a digital copy of a Disney movie, or as
No, but
opposed
like
to a physical-
legally enforced by Japan.
That's also I would like.
I
want to
see the court case.
Yeah, I want to see another
I
example
want to see
of
the
that.
Phoenix Wright chapter.
Like, because I can't think of another game.
Well, that also could be like wound up in their rental laws, because they don't like rentals like at all. They are very much against like rentals and shit
This
like
is not
that.
an easy thing to Google. I mean, I would believe this. I think because that's what I figured. Like it was exactly what was going on. Is if it's
Damn it! Ah,
got to have the same availability on all platforms. But then that's like that's so stupid. That's so stupid. Oh man, the 2 copies thing. So everyone is at least going to have 2 copies, and the scalpers win. Nintendo wins. Everybody wins.
is that going to be the new law enforced by the new prime minister? Is everyone needs 2 copies of Mario, and that's the law?
Yeah, we all need 2. you no longer have like an ID. You just carry your Switch with you, and you open the cartridge slot, and you show your physical copy, and then you boot it up. You have to have the soundtrack visible. They have to know that you have the soundtrack in the game.
Well, that's Nintendo can basically get away with whatever they want because they're Nintendo, and then the next console generation they'll come up with an idea and they'll fail because that's just the way the
I
Nintendo
will-
cycle is.
It's the cycle. Yeah.
I will
It's
never.
the karmic cycle.
I remember the exact moment that I quote it all the time, every single time we watch a direct. It's the
Damn it.
moment my any love I had for Nintendo died, and that is Shigeru Miyamoto saying we can't make a new F-Zero until we make an interesting enough controller for it. And that's it. Dead forever. DTR.
Well, I mean, just wait until Miyamoto dies.
And if
You know?
you
Just like with politics, we'll never have a good government until all the old people are fucking
Hey.
gone. That's how
Hey,
the way it
listen.
works.
Hey, listen, we got Ono out. Now fighting games wipe them out. It only took 5 years.
The thing is, like, also that's another thing is, yeah, where if they just step down, that's more likely what would happen first because that happens with Ono or like others. But and what Miyamoto has done is branched out. But what he has done really well is scouting out talent and bringing them to Nintendo. That's the reason we have that's the reason Odyssey is so good, and how they got Breath of the
That's the
Wild
thing
to be
is-
what it was.
For Miyamoto to be forced to step down, one of these things would have to not sell gangbusters. At least one. More than one. More than
Well, I
likely.
mean, that's happened.
Oh hell yeah, Philly.
Also, real quick, just confirmed. I don't know if you heard about it. The battle director for Final Fantasy XVI is Ryoto Suzuki, who worked on Devil May Cry 5, Dragon's Dogma, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Wow, so that rumor was true then.
Damn.
All-star fucking
is-
cast.
TAC Infinites are coming.
So
to
that
Final
really
Fantasy
comforts me on that. Honestly, really comforts me on how the battle was looking in 16 in those small glimpses, because it felt
mean,
DMC-esque. I just didn't want to
Yeah,
say
that
it.
didn't look. I was looking at it. I was like, that's Devil May Cry. There's no way it's not.
I don't think it'll be as.
Yeah, that's the other
crazy
thing
as
is I
Devil
don't.
May Cry,
I hope it's
but-
not. Final Fantasy is gonna go back to being extremely big brain.
I just think it's going to have a lot of really interesting systems because it is
Yeah.
the Dragon's Dogma guide, and it
Yeah,
has a
oh,
lot,
yeah.
and that game has a lot of really interesting action RPG systems in play.
Yeah, it was a great call.
The
That
other
guy's
thing
gonna
too,
do
is when
wonders.
it's going to be great. And then when you see that trailer, he has a ability that is just a phoenix fucking wing.
Yeah.
Which we saw like the icons or aka the summons in that world. I think that the fucking gameplay system is going to be you are utilizing summons by making new moves out of them effectively.
They were in there.
If you
like,
go
a
back and
lot.
watch that, yeah, if you go back and watch that, he's using like Titan claws, Ifrit claws, Titan fucking melee. Like I think that
they really took the
protagonist-
inspiration from 14. Like, it is 14 making a full-fledged game.
Yep,
It's great.
I'm so fucking excited. I've never been more excited for a Final Fantasy. Like, other than remake, obviously, but like it's remake. Of course I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna play it.
Yeah.
Like an actual new modern day Final Fantasy where you turn around and it's like, hey, this game got repurposed into a mainline entry and is actually pretty fun, but not that fun. Like, or the Fabula Nova Crystallis series and how great that all panned out for everybody.
Oh, damn it.
I forget that they are all they were all supposed to be a series.
Yup, they were all supposed to be together.
All right, chat, pop quiz. Who's the best Type 0 character? Go.
Good luck.
Don't Google it. You have to remember. You have to remember their name.
Who's the best Type 0 character and why is it Jack?
Which one was Jack?
Jack is that dumb idiot samurai boy.
Jack's pretty good.
Jack from Jack and Daxter.
It's certainly not Ace.
I've
Or
played.
Slice.
I like Ace and Dissidia.
King is cool. Machina is cool. Fucking forget everybody else's name.
The Chocobo that dies in the beginning. That's sad.
Yeah, he's cool.
I think I've played Type 0 up until the first time it went into like a top-down like strategy RPG view, and I was like, I don't have the heart for this right now.
I beat Type 0. That game is really fucking depressing.
God bless.
That game ends with the entire Type 0 like class basically going, wait a minute, we have to sacrifice yourselves? And your teacher was Shiva.
Not if you're really good
Yep.
at the game. Not if you're really good at the game. If you're really good at the game, you never have to sacrifice yourself.
No, in order to beat the boss, you throw your life force at it, so you die.
Shit.
The game ends with the entire classroom dying together in a room. So
I thought, doesn't it end on like a fight you can't win?
yes, and then
Yeah,
they
so
come
don't lose
together.
the, don't lose the fight.
No, but they win the
Forehead.
fight. But the only way to win the fight is to kill themselves.
But see, the big bad boss is never gonna stop attacking you if you don't die. So if you just fight it forever.
Fight forever.
Oh, I like the scythe. joke,
Fight
'cause of course I did.
forever. Yeah.
Anyway, Tony Hawk.
Fuck.
Tony Hawk's pretty cool.
No, I fell. Go back to... Okay, I'm back up.
Oh, speaking of Tony Hawk, Max has finally fucking clued me in. Yes, I believe so. Yes.
On why
the
Thug was
timeline.
so good. Oh, and the
Oh, yeah,
timeline.
I showed Phil the
Yeah.
timeline.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got the
God.
whole
Chad, have you seen the
timeline.
Tony Hawk timeline?
I want
Chad,
Chad
if
to just
you have
reply
never
with which
seen-
one.
The quintessential one that I was shown. By,
I know.
Yeah,
Max,
the one
is,
currently in Tony Hawk Historia.
Yeah.
Yeah, the New Testament.
Damn it!
Oh man.
Man,
Tony wins, but Bam dies from his injuries.
Rem-
Ultimate Adventure, or Bam Margera dies.
Max, remember when you spent that day going through a bunch of fan Power Ranger
The
crap?
Power
That's
Rangers fan wiki.
something. Yeah, you wait. You're gonna spawn something with Tony Hawk soon enough.
Oh
That's
God.
on the scale of that.
My favorite
No, I
is when
don't
the
think
Tony
so.
Hawk
I don't
timeline.
think I can.
I think it's Tony Hawk Alpha veers the timeline towards street racing, and it just becomes Need for Speed.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of the timeline. When the protagonist from Thug becomes Racer. Like,
Chat, do you guys have any opinions on where DDR fits in the timeline? I know it's a hotly debated
we're still
debated
debating
issue.
on it.
we're
That's
still trying to figure that out. 100%. It's there. I mean, we know it's there. We're gonna get a mod for the Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam Wikia in here.
Interview with Chad Muscafan 44 on what he thinks of the timeline.
Oh God.
Why haven't we done a long-form video essay as Chad Muscafan 44 where we actually seriously talk about the timeline?
It just happened.
Because I'm busy.
Are you?
Yeah.
Someone
I'm
else,
busy
someone
not-
else
I'm
more
busy not
creative
doing
just
that.
came up with it in the first place. Like, whoever the fuck was the genius that came up with the whole timeline.
Yeah, but I'd love for there to be like a 45-minute dissertation between two dudes trying to like just two absolute skater bro dudes actually seriously talking about the Tony Hawk timeline and just seeing how far they can take the joke. Like that would be great. That it takes for each line talking about that timeline without laughing.
God damn it. I'm about to. You know what it is? It's the.
I know what comment.
I
you
use
just
the
said.
analog. I use the analog stick more with the Xbox controller when I really shouldn't. But the PlayStation analog stick is not doing me any favors. That's what the problem is. I need to start using the D-pad.
Gord, that's a common misconception. The DDR game was not called Tony Hawk If in Japan. It was called Devil Skater 2 Raido Kusanoha versus King Margera.
Oh my god.
It's a very common misconception.
The Vito sub boss was crazy, bro.
Oh my god.
Although the minigame to try to keep beating the shit out of like Bam Margera's dad really was wearing on my patience after a little while.
I can't believe I have the max combo
God.
at 55 because I just can't get these specials to come out.
Phil. That's why it took so long.
Huh?
You have to use debuffs.
Ah, fuck.
Did you use Olidine once?
I really thought the grind would like keep him there. You know what I
No,
mean? Like it's
no.
just a fucking
No, you're just stalling the fight.
EFS 50/50. No, but the EFS 50. It took me so long to unlock that skill. I don't understand why the fuck it literally one shots everything else.
No, you removed the wrong skills. You did spec right.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
See, this is the problem with the Tony Hawk games. Is that you fuck one thing up, you have to go back and replay it. There's no way to respec in those games.
Just keep in mind that McTwistacarn.
Welcome to the Max stream, where
Yeah.
Max laughs at his own jokes every day.
It's a nightmare in my brain.
No, you don't have to say it if you can pay Tony Hawk to say it.
Sorry, Clint. Came in second place.
How do you
Maybe
even
next
talk about remasters and remakes? I'm not talking about Blue Point. They do some pretty good work, I hear.
Blue Point are
I've
fuck-
never played. I don't think I've played one of their games. Now that I think about it.
Have you
Which
played
one
Shadow
of you
Colossus
referred to them as
PS1?
magicians?
Oh.
Yeah,
Blue Point.
I stay away from the Rodney Mullen no Akami Picaro DLC. So I didn't get to use that.
Oh my goodness! I don't know. I can't top that. You win. you win
I
that
have
one.
no idea what was just said.
Don't worry about it. Anyways,
Hope that Royal on PC comes with the DLC.
I knew that Blue Point were fucking magicians the moment they got Titanfall 1 running on the 360 at above 40 frames per second.
Yeah.
It's a good thing they were witches, though.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I was gonna say they remade Rave.
Oh, shit.
That's not what happened. But Rave is here. But Rave's icon did remind me. They did the Metal Gear Solid HD collection, which
Is also really good.
is really
Yeah, no.
good.
As opposed to no, let's talk about more bad ones. So
Oh, you want to talk about more bad remakes?
bad editions of games. Metal Gear
So
is.
Final Fantasy VII. No.
Sonic Adventure
Oh.
DX for the PC or the GameCube. Those were pretty bad.
I was gonna ask what your thoughts
on
were on Twin Snakes. Jeez.
Twin Snakes. I think it adds. I think it comes from a time after Kojima knew he was really good at making games. Like Metal Gear
What does that
Solid.
mean?
Metal Gear Solid has like this kind of like quaint charm where it's like it's kind of weird, but like the dialogue is like it feels more deliberate. And then when you get to Twin Snakes, it becomes much more like Kojima's more modern writing. I don't know how to describe it. It's like a lot of fluff gets added into Twin Snakes that I don't feel like was there in the PlayStation version because it has like a different script. They redid all the voice acting, and so like I don't know. It's also like Metal Gear Solid is such an impressive game on the PlayStation 1. I don't think it needed a remake that soon. 'Cause I
Right.
still think
Yeah.
it holds up. So it's also a very confusing remake. But it's the reason that Snake's in Smash, so who knows, man.
Fuck knows, who knows?
I'm
No,
trying
what
to-
was the good one we were saying before? Oh, right, the Metal Gear collection.
Yeah.
Doesn't
Wait,
it have
I want to know what Rave's issue with Sonic Adventure DX is. It's not like Sonic Adventure was a perfect game.
Yeah, but it's like the
it
whole-
wasn't a good game to begin with, to be honest.
I would
It's
call
like the
DX a sidestep. It doesn't push it forward, doesn't make it worse. It's just like a sidestep where different things are wrong.
The
Oh.
lighting system is completely
Oh,
gone.
the lighting is bad.
And
okay,
then
yeah,
there's like so many shit tons of texture fuck ups throughout the game.
so
I've
it is
I've
a
never
remake
played the
that is
original,
graphically
but I just
worse.
played this game not too long. Well,
And then the mission
Within the
mode
last
sucked
year.
because Chris Thorndike posters.
So
What a confusing statement.
So there's like the.
they did. They
That's a,
did the God of War collection,
Oh, yeah.
2009.
Yeah.
Echo and Shadow of the Colossus collection, 2011. The Metal Gear Solid HD collection. PlayStation also has Battle Royale for the Vita. They remastered the original port of Flower for PS4. They did Titanfall for the 360. The Uncharted Nathan Drake collection is their work. Gravity Rush Remastered is their work. Shadow of the Colossus remake is their work, and then Demon Souls is going to be that as well.
The
They're
Exactly.
fucking masters. Yeah,
I
they're
was
fucking
gonna-
masters of the craft.
I was gonna comment on the dedication of Sonic fans in restoring DX and DX2. I think more so DX2, or Sonic Adventure 2 on PC, and restoring it to how it looked on Dreamcast and everything. Like that's a really impressive job too.
I think Sonic fans, I won't say they get too much shit. I'd say they get like the right amount of shit. But it is impressive just how, like, I don't think another community likes what they like as much as the Sonic community.
I don't think another one like them will ever exist again.
Ever.
Fuck!
Like, just looking at, like, because I was going through the Sage, like,
Sorry, YouTube.
like the
Forgot about that.
2020 Sage games.
Monetized.
Yeah.
and like
Tell
it's
Susan.
incredible what they do, where it's like we've gotten to a point where thousands of Sonic fan games like come out every single day and they're all at least decent to incredibly good. That was the end of the thought, but but it was because it's like, yeah, so there is someone right now
Oh, that combo
remaking
sells so
Sonic 06 on PC, but it works.
good. Yeah, that shit is crazy.
Like,
I can't wait for that.
I mean, it won't fix the level design or the mechanics, story, but the soundtrack will still be as good as it was when the game came out, and it'll load.
Yeah.
and you
Oh
won't
my god,
fall
I
through the
can't believe it
fucking floor.
load.
Yeah, it'll load.
Like,
That's the crazy
it's
part.
great that it was able to make it this far without being DMCA'd. I know Nintendo will have saw it and just be like, "Ugh!" But Sega's
Well, that's
like,
the thing with
"Hey,
Sega.
keep going."
Sega brings those people on board.
Sega is
Yeah,
the
they're like,
epitome.
"We'll hire
Sega,
you."
I was gonna say Sega's the epitome of hire this man because they do.
Yeah.
Because
there's that-
Battle Royale.
Because when they do Mario things, well, I think with how they've handled Mario 35, it's a lot smarter. Because we talked about that on G2B. If you played Mario 100, that wouldn't like hold up as an idea of its own. But the way Mario 35 is balanced is a lot smarter.
The fact that
Did
it's
they
a
get the
limited
shout
time
out in
game,
the
though,
credits
is-
though?
Well,
Like, if people
nobody
made
did
Mario
for the Metroid 2 remake either. So that's
Special
the other
thanks.
thing is when Nintendo does like DMCA these things, there's a chance they're actually working on it. You know, because that's 2 for 2 now.
For the Samus Returns,
Yeah.
100% they were already working on that.
Right.
For
Yeah,
the
with
Mario Battle Royale,
They got the idea
they
there.
took that dude's idea.
Yeah.
Because it's also heavily inspired by Tetris 99. We can see
Like-
that too. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like this was definitely like a maybe 8-month project or something,
It was like,
12-month
Probably less than
project.
that.
It's
yeah, that idea was wholesale stolen from that one dude.
Right.
Like,
I don't know. I feel like
I mean, I don't care as long as they
feel
do
like
it well.
There's right, but I feel like there's absolutely a room where there exists just a bunch of ideas on a wall, and the word Mario Battle Royale question mark question mark
well,
question
yeah, maybe
mark
it was
is
sitting on
there.
a wall for a
Yeah.
while, but they did not know what to do with it until
Right, and I'm
Someone
sure when
else
they
did
saw that, someone goes, "Oh, all right, send it to
all right, shoot that man,
Yeah.
take him out.
You seeing this
And
shit,
then-
Koizumi?
My brain can't.
But
parse.
anyone could have been like,
for
how do we make
reference, not
Mario
even
a
the
battle
second
royale?
time.
Anyone could have just thrown those words up on a wall.
Anyway,
I just want
but my
him to
point
get,
is,
like-
if they do it well, then I don't care.
I don't
Yeah,
care,
no,
but just
of
put his name in the
course.
credits or something. Just say like, "Hey, idea from original game designer." Like,
Wait for Square Enix to credit the user they stole the renderer for that they use for the Final Fantasy VII modern ports.
if they
Fuck.
ever make an HD Majora's Mask, I better see every single person's name who ever made an Unreal Engine 4 Majora's Mask video.
but like speaking on that as well. Speaking of that whole fucking shenanigans, yo, if FF16 looks great, the Lost Soul Aside guy must be really upset. Like really upset.
Oh, poor that. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because,
shit,
like,
yeah.
Because it looks
Wait, I'm
exactly
not
like
in
a
the loop on
AAA
this.
version. Okay, let me pull up Lost Soul Aside.
I mean,
Lost
Lost
Soul
Soul
Aside
Aside was an indie Final Fantasy 15 when it got announced, though.
Yep.
So
It's
this
made
is a
by
game of tag they're playing. I can't wait to see how he retaliates.
It was made by one guy, and originally he was like, I only want to create this because like I really like the idea of making a ARPG. And if you look at it, Popcorn, especially the video I just shared, yeah, that just looks like the Final Fantasy 16 footage we saw.
Oh no, he even has a bird.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, wow. Wowie
That's
zowie.
rude.
that's
Yeah,
just
rude.
unfortunate.
But that combat looks amazing.
Yeah, well, you know what the problem
I'm still
is
excited
that
for this game.
he got
It looks-
approached by several different fucking studios, and they said, "Do you want a large team?" And he said, "No." So he's got a small team of people working on it. Like, it used to just be a project that he only did himself with some Unreal assets he bought. But like, yeah, I mean that's what happens, you know. Your passion project is going to take more than 10 years, according to you, 5 years ago. Someone's going to look at it and go, "Well, just make that. That looks cool as shit. We got the fucking money for
I
it."
can't
Right.
believe
Yeah.
that hack Itsuno stole this moveset and just put it in Virtual. That's crazy.
I do think that like a lot of people definitely need to start putting their work out there more though. I've seen a lot of really amazing combat designers because I follow you follow like the Anno Mutationum guy.
Yeah.
And
Is that the one with the
will-
light blue hair guy or the character?
I think so.
I'm-
Yes. No, I think I know what you're talking about. The one that's like 3D.
Yeah, it's always
I
the
mean-
same circular combat arena and like.
Yeah, but
it
like
looks
you
really
can
cool.
see that his grasp on combat is like exponentially increasing every single time he does a new one.
Yeah.
That's really cool. There's a lot of really amazing combat designers out there, or gameplay designers that just need to get picked up 100% because designing a good combat system is very, very fucking difficult. It just is.
Because they usually just evolved into dominant strategy.
Yeah. Like it's
When you
like
get
you know,
something
it's
like
hard to
this.
incentivize. Yeah, it's hard to incentivize people to do cool and crazy shit
Yeah.
if the easiest solution is going to always be the best one.
Is to warp strike and hold square.
Yep. Yep.
Like there is so
Just
much
pick a different
depth to
character on
Final
the
Fantasy
character select
15,
section.
but you don't need to do
never
any
mind.
of it.
Never
And,
mind.
and yeah, you could. Yeah, there's a character select in 15 too. You don't need any of it.
You know what's even crazier is that the original battle system actually had a lot more depth. Now that I think about it, and now I kind of wanted to come back
Shit, that was a good looking
because
combo
that was
too.
that
I
was a
leveled up.
really unique system that I think many people said just allow us to switch weapons, fuck all this shit, and it completely ruined what their general idea was. Because the weapon deck system is really fucking cool and totally makes sense within the game's world as to why Noctis would play like that.
I have no idea what you're
Magic
talking
sucked
about.
though.
The original gameplay system for Final Fantasy 15 was you set up combos via weapons in the sense of you have a deck that you would shuffle through and your combo literally changes mid press. So like your you could put like short sword, great sword, great sword, spear, great sword.
And then when you did the auto combo, it would swap between them. Like
It would
just
swap
in
between
square.
them.
Oh, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
and then depending on where
Wasn't
you were,
there something
like,
about like in Royal Edition they added something that was from that old combat system?
they added the DMC trigger essentially, the devil trigger.
I was. Oh, see what?
Yeah, because that was
the way-
there before too.
Yeah.
See, I don't know if I'd like you setting everything. You could just do what DMC Devil May Cry did, which is square is sword, L2 and square is greatsword, R2 and square is spear, and you hold just a button to change the weapon.
But you know what was added on top of that they took away was the skill system, which is on top of having your traditional attacks be that, you could just press hold L1 or R1 and it would bring up skills that you could use like Dragoon jump, jump, and a whole bunch of shit like that.
Buttons or
Yeah, and you could do different skills, which was kind of like how fucking FS7 runs. And it was a pretty great system. It's just the game didn't run very well, and everyone's like, just let me switch between weapons freely. And they were like, well, we don't know how to make a combat system that isn't just weirdly complicated.
Right.
So-
It really wasn't until they were doing the DLC that they figured it out, which is really a shame.
Yeah.
Now that the game is done, hey guys, we figured out how combat should work. Good news.
I still keep expecting just one more update. I think
It's a shame.
fucking episode RNA.
But I got my fill. The changing gameplay since 15 is getting
I got my fill too. He's right here.
Hello.
getting a good reception by the fans. It didn't have a good reception by fans. Do you mean 16? Yeah, you must mean 16. The only people that like 15 are in this call.
Yeah, and we're missing one. We're missing the super fan.
Who's a super fan?
I still have an interest in Final
M
Fantasy
has an
15.
engine
I
blade
just need
tattoo.
to I just
right.
need to upgrade my PC before I play it. So
Right.
Is a goal of mine.
Yeah,
I mean,
you will need to upgrade it.
15
Because
15 is a game
I'm
where,
sure I
like-
can finish 15 instead of 13. Because 13 I could not finish. I can't make myself do it.
Definitely. It's not as long either.
Oh, good.
That's the
Sweet.
thing, is it's
Awesome.
short. It's like 20 to 30
24
I
hours.
think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it's
Okay.
it's short.
I just want to find. I hope there's a mod somewhere out there that just basically adds the, like, hey, that devil trigger system that Noctis has, just that's on infinite. Fuck it.
You want to do Armiger Assault forever?
Yeah, because it's the fucking coolest.
It's very cool.
Armiger's Assault is fucking dope. It's the best thing. It's the only time that system makes sense. Because other than that, it would be back to the weapon deck shuffle system that they did.
You can't be Ultra Instinct all the time, though.
Okay.
But he
That's what you
was
think.
in most of the trailers. He was almost always Ultra Instinct.
Yeah, but that's trailer Noctis.
Yeah, that is the Noctis people fell in love with, is trailer Noctis.
They play the game,
13
like, wow, this
versus-
guy's really whiny.
13 Versus was a concept. It was nothing more than a concept, and that's what people love and want.
You ever fall in love with the idea of a person?
Yeah.
It's like that.
Don't worry.
A guy with, like, I don't
Heartscape
even
will
remember
deliver.
what... Yeah, you ever... Nomura has fallen in love with many concepts. And the men upstairs
That's
keep
always-
telling him no.
To his detriment.
Yeah.
Well, that's always Nomura's biggest problem, is that Nomura is just overly ambitious. Like, he's just incredibly
Oh
ambitious
yeah,
on a lot of
extremely.
things. And now in his older age, he's been finally able to kind of go, I'm fucking tired of being told no. I know what works and what doesn't work. I'm gonna just do what works. You know? Like, Nomura's the kind of person where I feel like he just kind of wafts around, says a bunch of ideas at people, and then occasionally works on
Fuck.
a game. And to the point where it's like, the only reason I feel that way is because this is the same man who, when it was revealed that he was the director of Final Fantasy VII Remake, he goes, huh? He said, I didn't
love
know
that.
either. That's my favorite story, is he goes, I found out alongside everyone else that I was directing the remake, and then I said, oh god.
like I hate to drive everything back to Nintendo, but it's like when Iwata announced Smash for Wii and Sakurai was backstage like, what? And then Iwata walks up like, hey, you want to make that game?
Oh my
And he-
god.
Yeah, and Iwata told him, hey, if you don't make the new game, we're just gonna port Melee. And like, all right, I'll make a new game.
Disgusting. I hate that awful game.
Oh man.
Well, at least it hit him with the, you're gonna get fired. It's like, oh, don't worry, bud, we'll just port Melee, it's fine. And then
Oh, Brawl
Sakurai
was
heard
so
that-
successful
Oh.
though. Like that was the right call, regardless of what we think of Brawl.
But you know
and
what?
that's because of the console it was on though.
Yeah, that
That's the
too.
thing.
Because at the time, even I really loved Brawl.
But you know what? That's what I do wonder what that would be like.
When it has Sakurai involved, so
Well, what kind of world we live in if Melee, the most arguably like
oh shit, it was
Fucking-
score challenge. Whoops.
Wait,
Or-
we'll just
or-
port Melee to the Wii?
Yeah.
Just put the disc in. What?
Right?
What does that mean? Wait a second.
Add motion controls like
Re-release
what
it
they
with
did
new
with
characters.
Pikmin and Metroid Prime.
Then Super Mario Sunshine.
Yeah, pre-orders are happening today.
What's up?
Pre-orders are happening today. I'm sorry, today and tomorrow.
For what?
Oh fuck, I'm not getting a PS5. That's it. I missed it.
Oh yeah, I'm not either. But like on
But,
purpose.
I needed it to wait until Friday. But-
Nope, I will not be in on either of the new consoles. Especially when 16's coming to
At
PC.
launch.
I will wait after launch, yeah. I'm good.
I'm thinking about
Like,
it. I
see,
might just
see when
stockpile
God of
for
War comes out and
PC
all that,
upgrades.
maybe then or something.
I have no interest. I'm very
Especially
happy
'cause
for
it sounded-
people interested in God of War. I have zero interest in it.
Oh, okay.
My PC.
And, but I also heard
leg,
that
so.
the Miles Morales thing is coming to PS4 as well.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, when they
no
start
rush
like, you know, they get into the
even for
period
that.
where they're actually exclusive. Cuz it's not like the huge difference between PS2 and PS3, you know. It's not like they're still gonna look fine and whatever. I'll live.
Yeah.
So
Arguably, 16
you're
looks like
not-
it belongs in the PS4.
If you do
Yeah,
not feel the
yeah.
need to play Demon Souls Remake day one, you don't need a PS5 on launch.
Which is really like interesting because 7 Remake is just, you know, but also, I like the art style of 16.
Open world. 7 Remake is also not open world. 16
Yeah,
might
that's
be
true, yeah.
completely open world.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see them do an open world, but good in HD.
Yoshida
get
said
to
we're not
pick
going to hear
two.
about it until next year.
That's fine. Well, yeah, the
two
year
of
it
those
comes out, good.
It's nice to hear that it's far along though.
I hope FF7 Part 2
Well, look at all the
makes
peop-
Barrett hotter.
Yeah, you're good.
How can he be hotter?
Oh, I was telling Phil, I was
think-
playing through...
I think that that would be done by less time wearing the glasses.
Yeah, every
Which
time
I-
he takes the glasses off.
God,
I was telling Phil earlier, I don't know what made me want to go back and play it, but I was playing through the Spider-Man PS4 DLC, and half of the grunts are just Barrett. Same voice actor, same voice. So there are raid missions where you'll go into a room and have to fight 10 Barretts all yelling at you at the same time. It is very intimidating.
Damn it.
One way to put it.
Possibility of launching the first episode on PS4 and the rest on PS5. I really hope they don't, because it would limit the open world heavily. Unless they made a compromise where it's like on PS4, you get a drop-down list of the open world. PS5 gets a real open world.
I am always for, and I already know that this is a dumb thought, but I think having to do the cross-generation games sucks.
Yeah.
And it holds games back.
Yeah,
And
totally
the problem
does.
is, in the moment, you're happy because you can play the game on your older console, but a couple years down the line, that game is permanently crippled because it had to be on an older console.
And like we
So
know how this one's gonna go because we use SSDs in our PC. We know what the difference is. So the difference between them, we know how extreme it's gonna be with loading.
It's
gonna
not
be a
frame
huge
rate
detriment.
difference.
Yeah.
This game is fundamentally different. And so I'd rather them just say fuck PS4, honestly, and just make the PS5 version. But you're not going to see Part 2 of Final Fantasy VII for at least another 5 years, so don't
That's
worry
why I
about
think they'll go back on it. Is because it'll be so long. You know, they'll cancel that Wii U port, that Vita port. And give the donors their money back. You
it.
know.
Way forward busy.
Yeah, they doing anything?
You'll,
Oh yeah, Ruby.
you'll hear something about Final Fantasy VII Remake launching on PS5 before you hear Part 2 of it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, isn't it crazy? We're getting 16 before Remake Part 2.
That too. But I mean, I guess I have to play 15 first, but 16 looks so cool that I'm interested in it. But
Right.
I guess I'm also more into, I've always been more into like the medieval fantasy maybe. I
Right,
don't know.
it's the medieval fantasy and it's the action. You know, it's a good time to go back to medieval fantasy, not just for Final Fantasy fans, but The Witcher did a lot in that area of interest.
But also with how much you guys praise Final Fantasy 14 and I don't want to play another MMO, this sounds perfect for me.
Right.
Personally, because it's those people working on the game and it's not an MMO. So
Right, yeah,
It's my
exactly.
stance. And it's a Devil May Cry game, so.
Like
Yeah, there you go.
looking back at the trailer and hearing the dialogue, there are so many like almost like story beats of like the important things of the character development of 12 in 12's development. And then it just it could by all means, it won't fake you out. 12 didn't exactly fake you out, but you start the game as Rex and then you play as Vaughn, and it's just a downgrade from there. Because Rex is a pretty cool character, but you have him for like 2 minutes for the tutorial. And then you have to play as Vaughn, and Vaughn's not even a main character. He's just symbolism for the main character.
He's a self-insert.
He is the people. Trademark.
I
love 12. I'm excited.
I like how it seemed like there'd be a lot of political stuff going on.
Yeah,
I always thought
also
that
12.
Yeah. I kind of. I just.
That's
wish
also
people
14
liked
definitely
tactics
too.
Games, you
Right.
know? So that maybe another one of those could come out, but no one likes tactical RPGs unless you can date the members. Then they like it.
Damn it, why not?
This is a very sad image that M has posted of Capcom proposing to Devil May Cry 5 while Platinum and Bayonetta sit awkwardly at a different table.
Oh, rip.
That's a pretty good image.
just the look on the dude with Platinum's foot.
Oh man, completely forgot Medieval got a full-ass remake.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason you forgot about it. Don't worry about it.
It wasn't that good, but I mean, I appreciate the effort.
You mean sentiment.
Sorry, other ocean group.
Hell yeah, I won. I mean, we tied, but I won.
Did not rocket Sir Daniel Fortescue back into the public eye.
Vaughn was added to the game and supposed to Pyro was to be a protagonist or something, right? No, Ash is the protagonist. Because the whole game is about her, and everyone else is playing a part as she develops as a character.
You love to see it. Fun was added.
The idea was Vaughn and Pinello like represent the commoners of the land she is about to take over and in charge of protecting. And the idea of the importance of what is to save. It is the annoying kid that keeps interrupting your monologues and you have to tell him, shut the fuck up, Vaughn. I recorded on my Switch when I played through the entire game 100%. I recorded every time someone told Vaughn to shut up, and I am ready to make a compilation of it.
Is Vaughn the one who says he's Captain Bosch and Darnasta?
Yes.
Okay, well, don't believe in Garadon's lies.
He's the one who wears the silly vest.
Yeah.
I hate him.
Are there other costumes in the game? Can I change that?
In
I hate
12?
the way Vaughn looks. Yeah.
No.
So, yeah, I mean, as far as I remember, the reason why was because Balthier was supposed to be the protagonist, and that's you can kind of see that it was made that way.
As far as like the narrative goes, I don't.
Well, he was originally the protagonist for a little while, and then they had to rewrite him entirely because
Oh right, because that game had development hell.
He tested negatively with a lot of the core audience, and at the time, a lot of Japanese kids really liked the way that Vaughn and Titus looked.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
A business. It was just a business decision.
Right.
When those Japanese kids are the ones buying your games, no.
Listen. He ain't a cute boy. Get him out. Get him out.
It's literally what it was.
That's it.
Literally what it was.
He was 2000s pretty
was?
boy. 2000s Japanese pretty boy.
Yeah, that's
But,
exactly what it was. Vaughn was added as a... hold on.
But yeah, Final Fantasy 12 was development hell.
Although originally conceived as more rugged, Vaughn was changed during the character development to more feminine after taking into consideration the target demographic.
Yeah. But yeah, that's his like character purpose was representing the people on Ash's journey. Because there's multiple moments where she looks at Vaughn and she's reminded of what she's doing everything for and making the right decision.
There are certain stories... Well, there are certain stories that require a person to show up, and that person is going to be the person who asks questions. And that's essentially...
You're going to ask questions like, Fran, how old are you?
Wadu Bunny. I can't say that on Austin's stream. God damn it.
Nice one, Vaughn.
Well, we already got demonetized because Austin's F-bomb.
I said fuck really loud because I dropped my combo.
Well, I also said fuck earlier, so we were demonetized from the get-go. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wow. You guys, I'm telling
like,
Susan...
Max, you're right, but go fuck yourself.
It's like what YouTube's system does now that actually fucking works is first you are put through manually choosing how your own content is. And it's like if the system detects enough red flags of your content, it's like you're not being truthful, then the automated system kicks in. So the majority of people do not deal with anything fake anymore. Fuck, I fell. God damn it. No. Crap.
Shoot,
Crapola.
darn! Gosh! Jeez
Rats.
Louise!
So it's like unless you're doing like multiple offenses across dozens of videos, then the automated system won't kick back in anymore. Which is how YouTube should have done it from like the beginning, you know, is have some faith in the creators who use this as the platform as their livelihood. Because there are people exploiting it. There's totally people exploiting it.
Why would you do that?
There's people that exploiting it, and that's why many of the YouTube's decisions have been like going away from views and going towards minutes watched. Because of people that exploited the system. And it has such serious ramifications.
Why would you let people do that? No, that's not. You can't do that, Austin. That's stupid.
It's working.
No, Austin. That
Get out of this office.
Yeah. You know what you are? You're that guy in that comic who's sitting there on the other end of the table, says a good idea, and then they knock him out of the fucking window.
It's like the Street Fighter Cross Tekken thing. You know, why would people look through our data? That's illegal.
Listen. I get what they did. It was a different time, but that statement is dumb. Anytime Capcom faces like any kind of like opposition, they should just not say anything, because whoever has to take the PR bullet, sometimes it's Combo Fiend, a lot of the times it's Combo Fiend. No one really wants Magneto, they just want his function.
Fran, what's your Insta? Smooth Vaughn. I need to make that compilation. If all those clips are there. Fuck.
When I finish Suikoden 2, I might move to Final Fantasy 12.
Oh, good luck.
That game's storyline is so good. I just wish I could play it because, man, do I just, you know, listen, I got sleep apnea. I fall asleep relatively
It is a.
In fact, I passed out for a second right there when we were talking.
It was designed to be an extremely slow-paced game, yeah. The fact that it isn't just in this re-release that they added the speed-up function. They added the speed-up function in the second release in Japan, like a year after its release.
Oh, I can't play that game at all without the speed up function.
Right.
I literally can't. I can't play. I can't. Like, I speed up through walking. Like.
Yeah, I did my last playthrough. I sped up during grinding and through backtracking, but I walked the rest of it, and I really just soaked in the atmosphere because that game has incredible atmosphere to it, but you have to be like ready for it to be as slow as it is.
I have a solution for you, Phil. Don't speed it up. Start a fight. Take your nap. Wake up. And just continue the story.
That is the game that would do that. You're right. 100%.
Play it until you get to a boss, you know, around like, 11 p.m., 12 a.m. Go to sleep, wake up, and you got more story waiting for you.
It's like, oh, wow, yeah, this is great.
It does play itself.
It's like it's unlocking colors in a fighting game. Just put your stick on turbo, leave it overnight, come back, and then you're
crushed
by Demon Wall.
Or just make your friend do it.
I really don't know why when you said it like that, that just sounded like the coziest idea for whatever reason. I don't know. It just sounds very cozy.
Now Final Fantasy 12 sounds like a pretty good experience for you. Right?
Trapped between a rock and a demon wall. Comfy.
God damn it. Well, they are going in on like at FF16 is strictly a single player title, which is fine.
Oh yeah, rumors did say multiplayer, so
it did. There might be multiplayer functionality that they're working on at a later date. Because if that's a game that has that, fuck.
Like, that was my biggest problem with Comrades, is that Comrades was a great idea. The problem is the combat system is still not good.
Yeah, like they fixed magic, but it's not like that was enough.
Yeah.
15 should have been co-op the whole way through.
Yep.
But it would have to be designed from the ground up.
It
was hardly
designed from the ground up.
It was hardly
Almost
designed in the
always.
first place, so it worked.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Your 3 party members are with you for pretty much the entire game.
The times that
so
they're
they're
not,
always
it's not even like a big deal.
Like
So,
playing as them was added in an update.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah. no, we
Chapter
played it-
13 would have been really fast if 2 other people could have been playing their section at the same time as not.
Though, like, what's Square's track record on co-op games besides Crystal Chronicles? Because that one didn't go over well.
Final Fantasy Explorers
14
apparently is really fucking good, and
Oh, yeah.
and everyone gave it shit because it was
3DS.
according to my friend, no, it wasn't. He goes, it's not Monster Hunter, it's PSO. It was always PSO.
Huh.
People just Monster Hunter, so
yeah, I
it's
thought it
not
was
as.
Monster Hunter.
He goes, and he says, no, it's PSO. I was like, oh.
Oh, what the hell?
fuck?
The rollback took my special. What the hell was that?
Yeah, it
It's-
does
Love
like
to
that.
see it.
I
love
literally
to see
got
it.
special and then it took it away.
So
yeah.
their track record is the one good one was a 3DS game no one played because it was advertised wrong.
Yep, pretty much.
And an MMO, which is good but cheating.
2 MMOs that are good. Yeah.
2 MMOs. Yes.
And the Bouncer.
Oh, and Final Fantasy IX.
No, not Bouncer.
Oh yeah, Final Fantasy IX was multiplayer.
Yeah,
And
do you want a
6. 6
Parsec
was
play-
too.
I've never played 9. Do you want a Parsec a playthrough in 9? Let's do it.
Parsec, no.
Soon, because I want to do my yearly playthrough of it.
Because I'm actually down for that.
You
100%.
guys
Let
need
me
to find
finish
a
the
third-
Tony Hawk thing and my new PC. Because I need to do my... The thing about that would be, like, I guess grinding. Because it's not a level grind, it's an AP grind. Like, because you know how the gear system works, because 7 took inspiration, where it's you got to use the gear, even if it's not the best gear, because it'll unlock those abilities that you can apply on the character at any time.
Right.
Some of that stuff. I don't know. That's what I enjoy doing, though. I could literally do that in off time, and then just progress the story together. It's like
fine.
that, and also don't subject you to the Chocobo minigame.
Oh, yeah, please. Is it literally just that, like, you choose something for a character, then I choose to put something for the next character?
It is like you choose which characters you're always going to control in battle,
That's awesome.
which is how it's
like
done
that.
in 9 as well.
I remember a game that did something similar to that, except they also used all your consumables.
Sorry,
and they
JP, are you talking about
forgot
a-
what game that was?
Normal I don't see time stamps in the chat for some reason, but
I
Normal
think
or-
it asking about Tony Hawk.
yeah, how long? I don't know how long ago that was. Deluxe only comes with like the extra character, the fucking skeleton. If you want to play as a skeleton really bad, then sure. Otherwise, nah, just go for normal. It's okay.
And I tell them, well, hey, guys.
What were you saying, Rafe?
What was that one other RPG where you picked like one character, then like all the other characters were controlled by AI, but they used all of their all of your consumables at the worst times possible, like they had
Persona
like
3?
max health.
That is Persona. I know which one you're talking about though. I can't remember it.
Yeah, they'd be like at max health, and then they just use like your greatest health up, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
I feel like I did a video on that.
Secret of one of the mods.
Ooh, yeah, I think it was. Well, how would have? Those are the other ones I can think of. It might have been.
I just remember you describing those games as very broken and barely functioning, or at least trials.
the SNES one was because
Yeah,
Secret
the
of
SNES
Mana
one.
was because Secret of Mana was supposed to be a game on a different platform, and then it got adapted to SNES hardware later and had a bunch of shit cut, and then was riddled with bugs because of the late port over.
In Eric, in Persona 3 and Persona 3 Fez, you don't have manual control over your party members. You have to dictate how their AI acts.
Yeah,
you have all the same options you do in 4 and 5, but you don't have act freely. Or not act, sorry, you don't have direct control. So
right.
You can tell them to prioritize stuff, but yeah,
it's a priority.
They still gotta feel it, you know?
Yeah, I think it was like original SNES Trials that had an issue like that. I don't know. I can't entirely remember. Someone should go watch my video and figure it out. Oh, this combo's sick. Okay, it was only 300k, but I felt good doing it. These combos I do, they're not as many points, but when you get like really creative and you're flying across the whole level, that shit feels so good. It feels way more rewarding.
At a certain point, the numbers get so big that they don't really matter anymore.
Fuck.
So it's just about looking cool is the satisfying part. Oh no, nobody can hear this song. Damn it.
Right, yeah, I put on Jesse's music.
Oh, well, that's...
Which, if anyone's been curious about the music in the background, it's in the description. And yeah, in Portable you could, or if you mod Fez, you can control them.
That's why they can't just port Persona 3. They'd have to do, like...
They would have to do a full... They can't do what Nintendo did.
There is no option for
They
that.
have to make a definitive edition of Persona 3. Because there is no definitive edition to take over.
There is no golden. There is no...
Because like all that content extra is split between Portable and Fez.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Portable, it's a book.
I use that for, what is it? I bought Persona 3 Fez and modded it for that. I'm kind of waiting for like something to happen before I delve back into Persona 3. Although I watched like half of the 1.5 of the movies for it, which I heavily enjoyed. Even though they're not dubbed, they're actually good recommendations.
I still need to watch
the
them.
Dead Rising movies?
Because it's like, that's where like it's really interesting, Minato's character development compared to the other protagonists.
Minato is fucking... Minato sucks. He's such an asshole. He's such a jerk. He's great, but like, I don't know if his personification is the same in the movies as it is in the fucking dancing game. In the dancing game, the dialogue options you get are fucking brutal. He's so mean for no reason.
Yeah, well, that's how, like, see, it's like something that the game feels like it implies, and I think in Persona 3 Portable, you hardly get an idea of it at all. But
Yeah.
he's an asshole who doesn't see a reason to live, so it's like cynicism, the character, until he realizes like he's getting close to these people as he's building his social links, and then suddenly shit's happening.
That's why.
And then shit escalates, and then he starts like growing as a human and starts developing.
Yeah. That's why, as much as I love the female protagonist from Persona 3 Portable, it doesn't work as well for the overall story because she's just really spunky.
Right. Yeah, it is. Persona 3 is supposed to be an extremely dark game.
Yeah.
The idea is just that, you know, parents died. He doesn't want to live. And here he is doing something when he doesn't want to live. And then learns the value, and then he learns the value of friendship. The end.
Thanks to that old dude in the bar.
Oh, wait, no, it's it doesn't just end like that. Never mind.
I would like them to find some way to fit the female protagonist in, because I do like her a lot. If it ever got like a definitive edition, but
and then he learns that friends are worth everything, literally everything. The end. I
really like the scene after the beach episode, quote unquote, where someone at school is like, "Oh man, you got to see Mitsuru in a bathing suit? That's awesome." And then Minako goes, $800 per picture. is one of your dialogue options.
Yeah.
Oh my
yep.
God.
Yep.
It's amazing.
There's the movie's great for it. Like when Junpei's just getting to know him, and he's like, "Hey, can you give me some personal space?" And then Junpei keeps going. He's like, "Can you give me some personal space?"
It is the one strength I think Persona 3, because I think overall, like, I don't think Persona 3 holds up as well as like Persona 4 does.
Right. Well, it's like Persona 4 does its story really well. It just isn't trying to, like, it's not about you having character development so much as it is the player having development.
But even then, it's like the social. Can you remember a single social link in 3? Like vividly as you do some of the ones in 4 and 5?
Just Mitsuru's because of the fucking hamburger bit.
Okay.
It's
like,
unforgettable.
I think the thing Persona 3 does the best is it gives its supporting characters things that they can do on their own independent of you. That is the
teacher
biggest strength.
The teacher one was great too.
Okay, the teacher, meeting the teacher in PSO is great.
Yeah.
But like in general, like the main story, I think across all 3 are really good, and it just comes down to taste, which one is your favorite.
Yeah.
But Persona 3, 100%, their side characters are the most developed as their own characters. Like, Junpei gets to have a love interest.
Oh yeah. He gets to be jealous. He gets to be really jealous and show it.
Yeah.
And fucks over everyone because of it.
Yeah.
Like,
and then,
Yosuke just punches you.
Shinjiro and as much as I hate Ken, there's a whole side story that's really good, and like and in Persona 4 and 5, unfortunately, if Joker or you are not around, everyone just goes to their house and they just sit on the floor and stare at the wall until you call them. But
what are you gonna do about that though? 'Cause otherwise, I definitely don't want them to go back to. Sorry, I can't go today.
yeah, but and then
There must
again,
be some
like,
type of compromise though.
but then it's like, I think overall social links have just gotten so much better in like 5. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
oh my
yep.
god, does anyone care about that stupid kid you had to tutor? What about?
I mean, I played the game like two and a half, almost 3 times. Yeah, I feel for the kid.
What about Yukiko's social link? That is just a big circle. Nothing happens.
Yeah.
Nothing changes.
Hers is actually really fucking boring.
I felt really bad because like the character development that Yukiko had, Chelsea, like, got it, and then she's like, you know what, I will leave, or like she's you know what, I will just stay here.
The whole social link is about her becoming her own person, and when she finally feels like she has that agency, she's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do the thing everyone already expected and wanted me to do anyway.
Which
And I get
now
the
I
reason
want
it
to
felt
do
like it was a natural point of like she decided like out of her own choice, whereas it kind of just felt like she was just pressured into it still anyway.
If that reporter didn't talk all that shit, would she still have decided to stay? Or was it just a spur of the moment thing? And she's like, oh, I said it on TV now. Like,
Yeah, it's because
Well,
again,
that's the theme of the game, you have to now.
I wouldn't have minded that she goes full circle and is like, you know what, I will decide to stay, but it felt like it was still because she was pressured, not because she made the choice on her own. Yeah, there had to be more there for it to come to a natural conclusion of why she decided she wanted to do it on her own, not because others expected her to.
that's fine. Kanji carries that game on Kanji is incredible. I love it.
Kanji is so fucking funny.
And I like Yosuke a lot. as like a character, because he isn't as
He's a
like
good
over
best
the top
friend,
as
but I didn't care for his
Junpei.
social links.
Yeah, his like jealousy like got a little shafted plot wise.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it wasn't as important. It just reminds me a lot of how Junpei was in 3, because Junpei's fucking pissed at you, and it plays into the plot that he keeps fucking shit up over his jealousy.
But then you go do his social link, and it's like... Actually,
I don't
can't
remember it.
Junpei's social link at all. I can't remember.
I remember a lot about the 4 ones, actually.
I remember the main cast in 4s.
But that's
I
because the anime
remember
helped
4s,
too.
but yeah.
The anime was so good in 4, it helped reinforce a lot of things.
Yeah, I remember 4s, but not because they stood out. I just remember them because they were pretty one note, especially for a lot of the side characters.
He has a social link, he just doesn't
the
have
nurse
a
one,
relationship.
the nurse one in the hospital for Persona 4 goes from this is kind of creepy to oh she's actually human and
What was the nurse one about? What was the nurse
in 4, right?
In 4.
Yeah, it was about her feeling bad for not being able to save someone
Yeah.
or help someone.
Sound
and
familiar?
So she...
One Trick Ponies, though, that P Studio.
I don't know what you're referring to. I'm sorry.
No, don't worry about it. You get it later.
I was like, it feels like there's like 4 or 5 characters. that could,
no,
like...
I know which one he's talking about now, though. No, I know. Yeah. I get you.
I don't think you do. I know.
No, I do.
No, I'm not
Which
talking
one?
about Catherine, if that's what you're thinking.
No, you're talking about Yosuke.
No. No.
Oh my god! Oh no!
Wait, did I just add one to your
Speaking of
list?
speaking of remakes,
Oh, fuck.
they just
Damn
keep
it.
making the same game. They even use the same days and months.
Oh,
A couple new ones.
Just lie and say it's a different year.
Which one were you thinking of?
There's
Persona
like
5.
There's like 5
Oh, well, I haven't
different
played
ones I'm
5, so I
thinking of.
can't get that one.
Exactly,
why
that's
we
what I
were-
was saying.
Yeah, that's why we said you couldn't get it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But like, I just think about like why can't I remember? I think about Kawakami versus like
What,
old lady by
Death?
river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did that one.
Or
you missed
like-
out.
That's pretty good. I skipped it on this most recent playthrough.
I don't remember it.
There's a lot of stuff on the second playthrough
Oh my
that I'll have to
god!
revisit.
I trusted you. I was just gonna say, yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, it was a simple one because, you know, about what it is, death, remembering someone you lost.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah,
and
I'm
coming
totally just gonna...
The thing is, like, I remember every Persona 5 one vividly because they were all at the very least unique enough to stand out.
Yeah, and connected too. Like somewhere relevant for the most part because like Haru's like, you know, kind of finished up like her whole plot.
Yeah, if you don't do Haru's, otherwise that character will just sit there for the rest of the game. And you'll just never know anything.
Guess I'll be
about
miserable,
her.
I guess.
But like, yeah,
Hans, yep. Kawakami's.
yeah, you know what
Ryuji's, I
think
love
about?
Ryuji's.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing over the top. He's just it's got a nice arc to it.
You're right. We know people that would disagree, but Teddy is far more annoying, yeah.
I hate
Teddy isn't just more annoying, he's insufferable compared to Morgana.
I hate Teddy.
I
I hate
hate
him.
Teddy, but He's definitely he gets on your nerves for sure.
I hate Teddy, and for the longest time, I thought it was just because of the spin-offs. Because in the fighting game and the dancing game, everyone kind of gets boiled down to their one character trait, and Teddy is a womanizer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, is that why I don't like him so much? Is it because I forgot what he's like in Persona 4? And it's like, nope, I don't like I don't like Teddy. You can call Morgana a simp all you want. At least he's polite.
Yeah.
There's one girl that he likes.
And he never made a move. He never turned the lights off to cop a feel.
Yep.
Oh my god.
I fucking hate Teddy so much.
Wait a minute.
It gets a bit better when he's no longer the one that's constantly voicing over battles.
When they all stay at the Amagi Inn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teddy's a piece of shit.
Phil? We watched the anime highlights, Phil. Remember when Narukami's like, leave Nanako out of this?
Yeah.
Oh.
Teddy's a real piece
Teddy
of
is
shit.
awful.
Like Morgana's petty and shit, but that's really nothing in comparison.
I really love Morgana's character. I think he gets so much shit.
But this is just
I don't like his
like,
development still, but
it's
He
Japan
deserves
being
the
Japan.
shit he gets.
Like,
He deserves some shit, but I don't think he deserves as much shit as he gets. Especially when it comes to that fucking damn it. I do want Pop to play this as blind as possible, but there is one moment that everyone is the turning point for everyone hating Morgana, and I don't think it's as bad as
You're
everyone
forced
thinks
to
it
go
is.
to bed.
I think it's set up enough.
man, I have cried over Nanako like 3 times in my life now.
Yeah.
man,
Because the anime is that's why the anime is so good. Fuck.
I went from thinking, oh, she's just the bratty, like, basically stepsister or whatever, sister character, to, oh my god, just let her sing the song whenever you want. It's fine.
Right.
I remember the
I don't-
first
just wanna
I
time-
don't
protect
know
her.
if well, yeah, I guess we won't. Never mind. Persona 5 the anime is just not as quality. Basically.
I plan on putting the dub on in the background while I do something else.
Yeah, I've been
That's-
enjoying that. The dub's pretty good. That cast
You
really
know-
does their job. Because, you know, you also saw, I don't know if you saw, but there were retouch-ups in the animation.
Oh, there were?
Yep, there were
I haven't
there are
started it
touch-ups.
I have only seen the cringe baby Ryuji say yeet.
Yeah,
That's the
there-
only thing I've seen.
You know, some of the bits that, like, you know, got posted around, like there was, or inconsistencies too. Like there was one bit
I
where
watched
Joker
it
was
all the way.
where Joker was missing his mask, shit like that, or like how some characters who were in the foreground poorly drawn, they got redrawn. Yeah,
I
it's
watched
a Sailor
to the
Moon
end
Dragon Ball
of-
thing. You know what they do, where
Yeah.
like
Oh,
it's gonna be
of the Blu-ray release.
Oh.
yeah, since it's gonna be re-released and redistributed, they have the chance and time and budget to go back and polish it.
Oh, a part of
Still
me
didn't
doesn't.
look great when it comes to Dragon Ball Super, but it was
Because now it doesn't have to abide by a time schedule for a TV appearance.
There's a part of me that kind of wants to just not watch JoJo until the Blu-ray comes out.
Yeah, they fixed
Because-
the transitions for the all-out attacks and the dub too.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Yeah.
Holy shit, that's a huge change because it was so bad.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to walk back something real quick though. Nanako straight up your sister and Dojima straight up your dad. He should have never went back to the big city. New family right there. I didn't get to learn anything about my guy's parents.
I was
wanted to
gonna
stay in
say,
that town.
yeah, his parents are always
up
traveling. He
new
probably
sister,
could
new
have stayed
dad.
in Inaba.
I'll even learn the backstory of the actual mom and pretend she was our mom, and then we'll have a second funeral so that I can feel what they felt.
Oh, just play Persona 3 then. Don't worry.
Yeah, just play Persona.
But no, seriously, I was so upset when it's like, nope, you have to move back. It's like,
have
no,
to.
just let me
Don't
stay.
worry, if the spin-offs are
Yeah,
any
the-
indication,
Yeah.
he's fucking there all the time.
Yeah,
he didn't
don't
even
worry.
fucking move.
Yeah, the spin-offs say it all. Even if cross tag is canon, I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
You do go back, and then it's just, oh well, I guess I'm back now. I guess we got a new transfer student. Cool. Okay.
New family. Only family. Never had one before.
Rognug the Blood Uncle.
Yeah. I'm
Could you
dying.
never say that sentence ever fucking again,
I
please?
wish Rocco
Thank
was
you.
my uncle.
Not just your uncle.
God,
but
I'm
blood
s-
uncle.
I'm really upset that embargo they had on Cross Tag Story because no one really got to fully appreciate that.
That one JPEG.
Yeah, the one
It was a
the one thing that makes the whole payoff of that whole story worth it. The dialogue too. It all works together.
It's very good. Makes me very happy. I
So when do I get Persona 4 Dancing All Night on me?
no, you got the one. You got your one game.
No more
Persona
Atlas
4
games?
Golden didn't get ported because it's a Persona game that would have sold well being ported to PC. It got ported because it was the one holdout from the Vita, and all Vita games must be ported to the PC.
Yeah, and now it's done.
Fuck.
And now it's done. That's it. It's over.
Was the what is it? War of the Lions? That's PSP, right? Not Vita.
Yeah. War of the Lions PSP.
I was just saying, oh yeah, I was saying it before we streamed the PlayStation thing to get back on like remasters, but I think that's next up on Square's to-do list. I think Final Fantasy VI will
Tactics.
come to the SNES app, but yeah, I think Tactics is gonna get a port or a remaster on modern consoles, hopefully PC as well.
Port, maybe.
For War of the Lions.
I just don't think people like tactics games like as much.
Right, so don't put any effort to it, just port.
Yeah, just port it. But port War of the Lions and fix the issue where the frame rate drops to 6 whenever you cast a spell.
And put the team that handle trials on it, they'll do that. But like if they outsource it again, like they outsource some of their other ones, I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Kids, I gotta get going.
Yep.
Catch you later.
Thanks for joining, Rave. We probably should wrap up, but I mean, I'm enjoying myself. But if there's anything, god damn it, if there's anything else we want to talk about with remasters, we can talk more about Tony Hawk. This game's really
not
good.
A remaster, but I don't think we gotta bring it up on
That's
this
it.
stream, even though it was relatively around the same time as the PlayStation thing. Ubisoft's thing. I
Oh, God.
still can't wait for fucking Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game, to be a thing again. I want to play it.
Oh, you meant that? I thought you meant Prince of Persia.
Oh, cool. We could bring that
That's
up
what I
too.
thought.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Bad.
No,
Bad
it's
remaster. Good remaster.
Scott
Jess?
Pilgrim versus the World is just being re-released because it's, I mean, how would you
It was really smooth quitting
remake
out
it? It's just
to hide the textures not loading in.
To hide Downhill Jam.
This is good sponsored content.
but
You
I,
can pay me all you want.
can't
If I gotta play, they didn't pay me. They just gave me a free game. So you can give me all the free games they want, but I won't play Downhill Jam. I 100%ed it in career mode, and that's it. God damn it, we were just here.
But yeah, that Prince of Persia remake, oof. Ooh.
Just make the
I
old
don't know
1080p
why they didn't give
60.
that at least a decent budget.
That's right. It's
Like,
War of the
what-
Lions on mobile, isn't it? I actually bought that ahead of time because I was like, I think they're gonna port this next, so I did make sure to buy it.
War of the
War of the
Lions is on
Lions.
mobile.
Yeah, it is.
It is?
Yep.
Are you talking about the... You're not talking about the gacha?
No.
You have
The-
XPS?
Yep. Nope. The Tactics, the PSP one. It is on mobile. I was getting it confused with the other one too because I had both on my phone. It was like, why do
Yeah.
I have two of these apps and why does the other not? I was trying to like move all my apps to my SD cards. Like, why do
Oh,
I have two
yeah,
Final
I
Fantasy
remember
game
this.
apps?
I remember this now because they added bars on the top and bottom.
Yeah.
Um,
So I bought that ahead of time to prepare for whenever that port is. And I already have it physical, so I got that all covered.
I think it's the only physical PSP game I still have.
Oh, I don't have a physical PSP. I'll worry about that later.
Oh.
Because it'll work on the Vita TV.
That is what I just realized why the other reason I don't think Tactics will ever make a huge... There won't be a Tactics 2 or something like that. Is it's gotcha now.
Right.
I'm sure it's making money, and it's a pretty good one actually, from the little I played of it. But like, that's it.
Yeah, I just do the automatic combat and just wanted the cool characters.
Yeah, I just wanted Ishtola, and
I do not play those games at all for like the compelling gameplay.
I want the cute JPEG, please.
I'm not gonna play them if they don't have an autoplay.
That's why Fate Grand Order was so like.
Besides puzzle ones. Dr. Mario.
I would have loved to have played Fate more, but it doesn't have an auto battle. And
I still log into Mario Kart, but I don't really play the courses. But Dragon Ball Legends, I kind of play. It's okay. It's not the worst gacha game, I'm sure. I get to level up my characters. I get sometimes they have really good artwork.
Oh, Pokemon Masters too.
There's a lot of...
I have a really bad habit of, like, when I don't want to play a game anymore, I uninstall it, and I know this doesn't sound like a bad habit. The bad part is that I never save the account code, so I am locked out of pretty much... Oh my god! The bus! I am locked out of pretty much every mobile gacha I have ever played.
In Pokemon Masters, they added this really sick Cynthia one.
You didn't, like, link it up to Google or something?
To my knowledge, I did, but...
Because I know with Dragon Ball Legends, that was an option. I was like, yeah, sure, if I ever switch phones.
But,
yeah, all mine were like that. It's just swap to my, or link to my account, so just swap them.
So, I know the standout one for me is Fate. It's because I stopped playing it for a while, and then a whole bunch of characters I wanted came back, and I've been left on red by support for 2 weeks now, trying to get my account back. When apparently they respond immediately for everybody else. So I'm feeling pretty sad.
Now good outlook for you then.
I wanted all the cute King Arthurs, and now I can't. I have other remakes I could talk about, but it's stuff that, like, I think I'm literally the only one who cares about.
Damn it. So. I don't know what it is about PlayStation, about this specific version. I think it's the controller. I've been having trouble all night trying to do things that I never have trouble with on PC, and I can only chalk it up to the controller and trying to use this analog stick. It's really hard to get into the habit of D-pad again.
How are you ever gonna beat that 82.5 million single combo?
I won't.
13 hours of hanger. Come on.
I was forever ago gonna talk about what I didn't like about this game, and the only thing there really is the balancing of online. I really wish I could just go into a lobby and just... I wish it was Thug Pro's lobby system. God damn it, stop giving us hanger. Where it's, we could just set it to be trick attack and nothing but trick attack. Because that's really all I want to do. It's a waste of time to do score challenge or to do combo challenge. Because if you get one person that knows what they're doing, it's over in 10 seconds. And then you have to wait another 30 seconds before you actually get to play a mode worth playing. And even if you do know how to play those modes, you're the one still playing it for 10 whole seconds. So it's like, I think it would be beneficial if it was just, you could choose what you want and just never have those modes, because I would very much just like to... Free skate, first of all, I think it would be very cool to just, like... To say that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5 did one thing right, it is that in the single player, you saw other players. I think
Blasphemy.
I want free skate, like, with just seeing other players while I work, because that's what you do at a real skate park, you know? You have to see other players at the skate
it's
park.
Kind of like what most racing games do these days, where it's just like the map is populated with other people driving around.
Yeah.
And if you see somebody, you can ram them and go like, hey, I want to race.
There.
Yeah, that's just, I want that for Tony Hawk. That it's just like, it feels almost made for that. Maybe like a skate game too. It just, because if you go to a skate park not during a pandemic, there will be other people there.
Yup. Don't worry, we'll get that skate mobile game eventually.
They are adding like they're updating something with the private lobbies. I don't think there are private lobbies at all in this game. I haven't been able to, like, I don't have any friends on Epic, so I can't really figure it out, because there is an invite thing. I think you can join other players in casual or competitive sessions, but you can't make the lobby itself. So I would like to just make a lobby and have 8 random people join and, you know, just matchmake for the modes. Just matchmake for Free Skate and matchmake for Trick Attack. Because I really don't want to do any other mode besides Trick Attack and Free Skate. And Graffiti. Graffiti's pretty cool too.
You laugh about skate mobile games, but I remember when like the iPod Touch first came out, and my friend, like, a couple of us had one. I don't remember how I got mine, but like,
damn it,
my friend had this one game on his iPod Touch, and it was basically just a virtual tech deck. I cannot remember what it was
I remember
called.
that, yeah, I remember that.
Remember, it was just like one skate park, and you would like put your 2 fingers on the screen.
Yep.
Most of it was a skateboard, and that kid was the coolest fucking kid.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that.
And I remember I asked my this was back when like purchasing things on an app store was scary for old people. And I didn't have a debit card, so I'm like, "Hey mom, can I get this skateboard game?" And he's like, I think it was something ludicrous, like $5 for it, when most apps were like $1. But the story is funnier if my mom said I couldn't have the $1 virtual skateboard, so I'm gonna go with that. And I just remember being really bitter for a week as my friend would constantly show me his cool skateboard iPod Touch game, while I just had my free koi pond with ads.
I reached a point pretty early with the smartphone where it was like, I don't know why I would want to have all this bloat with all these games on it. And then I saw one kid at school who had like 7 pages, and I was like, damn, your phone must die really fast.
Yeah.
Like, I'm good. I don't need that many games. I don't play them.
For me, the idea is like, oh, you put games on your phone so that you can play them while you're out. But like I've said on numerous occasions, like, when I'm out of the house,
okay, I've
never found a need to like have a game with me. And so I like my Switch never leaves its dock, because like the situation doesn't arise. I don't take public transit.
I'm gonna see if changing controllers feels different. Let's see.
But gotchas are different. Again, JPEGs.
Yeah, gacha is life.
I was gonna say, at least I haven't spent any money on a gacha, but it's not true anymore.
Rip.
And I can't get into that one either, which is really unfortunate. Oh wait, shit! But I do. There's probably receipts, so I could probably get that account back easily. You guys want to talk about the Neptunia remake?
I'm good. I just want to
the Fade Extra remake.
How about we make an original game, huh?
Gross.
All right, so
where are we? Oh,
so Mario All Stars 2D. I loved 2D All Stars as a kid. I always thought of that as like, my memories of 2 and 3 are of the All-Star versions of them.
Yeah.
I think like the designs for levels and everything, and the sounds more so, are just so memorable. Like, sound design in that game is crazy.
Where are we at on spiritual successors? Like,
it's a little out of there.
It's
like it's not
just remakes.
It's like another ballpark entirely, but it's in the same like city.
Well, I guess it'd be, would you rather get just a remake of a game or something new in the same vein of it? Because like the example I'm thinking of right now is because they the old Suikoden team. The whole reason I went back and played Suikoden 2 is because the original team behind it announced their Kickstarter game for their new project, whose name I cannot remember. So I'm going to Google it. It is called Eiyuden Chronicle 100 Heroes. And after hearing like for years of people talking about how good Suikoden 2 specifically is, and how this game is going to be a lot like that, I wanted to go back and play the original. And after playing the original, I have decided that that game does not need to ever be remade, but it would work better as a spiritual successor.
That's pretty big brain, I'm not gonna lie.
I didn't know if there was any. I didn't know if there was a conversation here or not.
I haven't played Suikoden.
Oh, I just mean like a game that doesn't need to be remade, but a spiritual successor would be better.
Well,
Like-
Castlevania got that. That would be the only one I could have thought of. Anything that what's the studio Inti creates, since they're all just ex Mega Man devs without Itafune, and they just started doing their own thing, and now there's. I mean, I think I still want Mega Man to come back. But, like, yeah, Mega Man filled a lot of niches, like, One Step from Eden. Phenomenal game. Fuck, I fell. And, most Inti creates game, because, goddamn, those guys are just talented.
I'm trying to think of it.
I can't really think of games with that.
I don't know. It was a
It's so very specific.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of any other, because I feel like I've felt like this before. But
I
it's
think
like
the stipulation you're looking for is games that have really good ideas back in the day that you'd like to see done again, but not necessarily the same game.
it's like this game is very good, very charming, but it doesn't need a remake.
A good example would be a lot
Mischief
of From
Makers.
Software's work. Mischief Makers would be good too. But like From Software's work is very much in that same vein, where it's like, hey, Baroque is kind of an interesting concept, but doesn't really work. But Demon Souls does, and so does the Souls series. And those two things are definitely kind of in the same vein for a lot of things.
Yeah.
It's getting the muscle memory to... I can't make my thumb do it to go up, down on the D-pad to manual.
You don't need to remake Tomba, but a 2.5D cartoony platformer with light RPG elements would be cool. A game that's like Tomba in every way, but it doesn't have to be Tomba, and it shouldn't
What
be.
the
'cause
fuck is
Tomba's
Tomba?
close. Oh, sorry, Tombi.
Oh.
Play the European version. It's the platformer on the PlayStation 1, the guy with the pink hair.
I would probably know it if I saw the box art.
I'd really prefer if you didn't do that. I'd really prefer if you stopped talking.
With the
It's the game he was playing, Caveman.
You think I remember the game and not the webcam?
Well, because there's a snowman on the screen. Or Santa, or something, I don't know.
with the context you gave, Max, would you count something in the vein like a Hat in Time or Ukulele?
Damn it. Oh, A Hat in Time was fantastic.
Hat
I
in
was gonna say
Time,
probably more
yes,
so,
yeah.
more so Hat in Time. Ukulele, the 2.5D one when it came to Donkey Kong Country, right?
Think of it like if Mighty Number 9 had come out and been really good. That.
Yeah.
I should have clarified the second Ukulele game, the 2.5D one. Wasn't that the one that was received well because it was comparable to Donkey Kong Country?
I thought it was more of its own thing, but it just wasn't trying to be as ambitious, really.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it, so that's why I'm not sure what that.
They went for something safer, and they were able to handle it, basically.
Yeah.
So therefore, it turned out pretty good.
Just because it sucks doesn't mean it's not a spiritual successor. Yeah, I know that.
But with the context you gave, you specifically are talking about games that did it successfully.
Yeah.
Not only
something
critically,
mischief
just-
makers.
I think you could. Yeah, I think you could take something like Mischief Makers.
Nope.
Because otherwise, we can name a lot of spiritual successor games.
I plug
that's
on Downhill
easy.
Jam.
Yeah.
Like that one skate game on Steam right now. That's a spiritual successor to Skate.
I haven't heard good things about it though.
Exactly.
And
That's my
there's
point.
the,
We're trying to think of ones that are doing it well.
My brain was it's an old game that you really like that you don't feel needs to be remade. But if the idea got explored again in a different way, you'd prefer that.
Yeah, someone should try to
Again,
make Final
it's-
Fantasy VIII's combat system work.
Someone should try to make a Super Mario Sunshine. No, I'm being
Make it
serious.
a beachy 3D platformer with a hose.
Yeah.
Again, it's
Hadn't time to
a
do it.
hyper specific feeling that only playing Suikoden 2 has given me. Of I really, really like this game, but I don't need to play this game again. But in HD, I'd rather play whatever this new game that is going to be the
takes
same game with a
You know
different
what?
title.
You know, I'm gonna plug in the fight stick. That would do this better, much better. If I can't use an Xbox controller.
Someone should make
Use
a
the next
Superman
best
game
thing.
work. Rocksteady almost tried and they failed. Or no, I should say Rocksteady tried and they failed. Not almost tried. No, they did. It doesn't work. I don't know how you make a Superman game.
Rocksteady made a Superman game?
They tried. It was early development and they scrapped it
Oh.
because I mean,
Well, it's because
what do you do
Superman
with
is
it?
a god beast that does everything. and I don't
Yeah, make
Exactly.
a-
It's like
a
making
Superman
a
game.
scope. Make him fly through rings.
Who's texting me?
make him a character in a fighting game. That's how you do him right in a video game.
Here we go. Oh, right. Shit, wait, where are the buttons?
Yeah, Dragon Quest is a really good game. I don't think it needs to be remade, but if they made a spiritual successor starring the Japanese mafia, that'd be good. That'd be a good idea. They should do that.
Oh, what the hell? What the hell? This should theory. Oh, I don't have special. I'm an idiot. This is weird.
Make a Yakuza game, but it takes place in the Southern America, and it's the drug cartel.
I can't figure out why I'm skipping or like going off the edge.
Make like a Yakuza game, but it takes place in 1920s New York.
Oh, like actual, like American.
Do you think the next
Mafia, too?
Persona
Yeah, there
will
you go.
actually go outside Japan?
No.
Yeah. I'm
No,
thinking,
and they're
like-
going to be high schoolers. Anyone who's like, oh, it's going to be college. No. Persona, they have their formula. It works.
Well, it's because
That's
they were looking at it before 5, and then I forget what the fuck it was that happened in Japan. They settled on Japan, and I think that's what it'll be. Is they're gonna stay in Japan.
Like your life structure in Japan is so fundamentally different than like if the situation in Persona 5 was as dire as it was in America, the Phantom Thieves would have taken a week off from school. They wouldn't have done that in Japan. Like, it's just.
Oh, this is so
I
much
don't-
easier.
Like, I don't think the format of the game works, like, on a cultural level, if it's taken out of Japan.
Shit. This actually works really well.
I would say it's just that you would need an American studio to have a lot of input for that to work.
Well,
if you were to put it in America.
The thing was, like, yeah, that I would say that because I'm pretty sure you told me that what it was. Or maybe it was a Did You Know Gaming thing. I think it was when a tsunami hit Japan. It was a natural disaster that brought Japan, like, in reflecting on itself. And that's when they realized, like, they were already thinking of going to the West, of doing a Persona game outside of Japan. And then at that, they doubled down on what Persona meant in Japan.
I mean, I would be really interested to see how they do it. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea at all. I can't think of, if they were to keep the same structure, I can't think of how they would do it.
Damn it, how do I transfer?
How? You have to take it into the culture so it makes sense in that context.
Imagine it's like, you're low on money, you need to find a part-time job. Okay, so you open up Indeed, you send a bunch of resumes out, and then 6 months later, in-game time,
someone might reply.
You will never get a main female protagonist for Persona, unfortunately.
This actually, I think it could be very easy to learn Tony Hawk on a fight stick. The 4 buttons are already laid out, and the layout makes sense between grab, flip, grind, and ollie. And then the only other button you need that I'm hitting is R2. R2 is in charge of revert, transfers, and all that, and spinning.
Yeah.
Like, you've got everything right there at your fingers. It's just getting the muscle, rewiring the muscle memory. I think I'm onto something here.
What about
anything to avoid
wheel?
the DualShock 4 controller, I guess.
What about racing wheel? Where are you at on racing wheel?
I didn't like CTR. That was about all we had.
Oh, okay. Probably would carry. Same problems would carry over.
What other racing games have been remade?
No, I was talking about using a racing wheel to play Tony Hawk.
Sorry. I was having a different conversation.
What are we pulling out the dance pad?
Imagine doing a 900 by, like, just whipping that steering wheel.
Well, the thing is that this game doesn't have a analog movement at all. So
really? Oh, I guess to make it work the D-pad.
Yeah, they never have. That's why D-pad is always best for it, you know? That's what makes it more like you have to be precise on the inputs. That's why I'm fucking up with the analog stick, is because all the Tony Hawk games they do not have analog movement. They are entirely D-pad movement. But, I've got a good combo. I couldn't get off. God damn it. What was I saying? Combos, analog. Oh, dance pad. So a dance pad could work.
I was gonna bring up if you were gonna tell us how you're gonna play Tony Hawk on a Rock Band drum kit.
Also possible.
I don't want Ridge Racer Type 4 to be remade, but another racing game needs to steal that aesthetic wholesale.
Oh, I need it. Games I need ported is I need Ridge Racer to work again. 2 Unbounded, whatever it was.
Oh my god!
Yeah, that shit needs to work
that one
again.
makes me so sad. That game is so good.
Yeah.
Not Ridge Racer, but did you guys take a look at Hot Shot Racing yet?
No.
On Steam?
Which one?
That's like a super
yeah,
arcadey.
It's the AM2 looking one.
Yeah.
And then I was
is it out?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was gonna say
Steam.
shit, what was it? Saints Row 2, because that remaster's in the works, because they fucking found the source code, which is fucking awesome. And that game desperately needs it.
There needs to be a version of that game that functions, because
Yeah,
there isn't one.
exactly.
No version of that game works.
I think
that's a
remember
very
that was
easy...
from like a year ago. They said they found the source code, right? So that should be happening.
Yeah, not even a
somewhat
year
soon.
though. But yeah,
That would-
I
that-
would hope
even
so.
a year?
I would hope they would either they do something about it or they just put it out and let communities do something if they don't have the time or resources to. But I really hope they do because Saints Row 2 is phenomenal.
That
I
would be a very
imagine-
easy port comparison video to make. They're all equally bad.
Yeah.
Could it be something where you could just update what's currently on Steam?
I'm not sure. I mean, I would pay for it again. I'm pretty sure I never
I mean,
paid for it
and
in the
that's
first
fine
place.
too.
Because it was like
Because
free
I'm sure there's a
somewhere.
lot of work that goes into it, but I wonder if that's something they would do just because they know it's like, oh,
All good, Eric.
we want this game to function properly.
I think it would need like a full retooling and re-release, just because GameSpy runs deep. In
Yeah,
Saints Row
apparently.
2,
Yeah.
and like you gotta clean all that out.
You know
On
about
real-
like with Thug 2, like they can't fix or change anything about how Thug 2 works online because of how like the online is completely designed.
Yeah.
That's why Thug Pro's online is 1-to-1 for what Thug 2's online was. But that could be fixed if they just like, bring back the PS2 servers. Which I am for. I don't even have a skinny PS2. I'd have to buy the LAN adapter, the Ethernet adapter for it.
Ridge Racer Unbounded doesn't even have local multiplayer. We couldn't even parsec it if we wanted to.
Do we have anything? Do we have anything to wrap up on? Oh yeah, we can. This game, Tony Hawk has a split screen, so if you guys don't buy it, we can do split screen and parsec for Tony Hawk. But yeah, do you have any other port, remake, remaster that's been bugging you to talk about? Because I got it all out at the beginning of the stream.
Again, just quick on the two that only I care about. I think that the Fate Extra one is cool. That was a PSP RPG. That was bad. It was a turn-based RPG rooted in rock paper scissors mechanics, and that seems to have been changed. And I'm also just excited for a console Fate game that isn't a Muso.
Yeah.
And the Neptunia one was announced with
Damn
a
it.
Japanese logo with a big 5 in it, and so everyone thought it was a mainline game, and it turns out that it was just a remake that had 5 in the name for no reason. And so that's a remake that I wish we didn't get. I wish it was just a new game. But
All I'll say is there's a bunch of remakes that have had their time in the limelight on consoles, and I would love to see them come to PC or remasters. Like, for example, PlayStation, they're open to PC now a little bit more, and they're not doing anything with some of their titles. When do I get Jak and Daxter on
Never.
PC?
Sorry.
I know that's the answer, but it would be nice.
it would be nice.
It would be nice, or the old Ratchet and Clank, Sly Cooper. I mean,
Right,
we
'cause
got
it's like-
Halo on Steam, so it's just, I would love if PlayStation, Sony was more open to some of their older titles that they're just kind of sitting on now and don't have plans for anytime in the near future.
Damn it. Should have done that
I'm
earlier.
in a weird position where I'm like, a lot of the games that I want remakes for are games that there either is no reason to remake or there is no interest in remaking. I'm feeling a little burnt out on them. Like, I think we've gotten like a really strong like shot in the arm of nostalgia that's like every time one gets announced, the hit isn't as strong.
I haven't had like a break from like making port comparisons for 7 months. It's just been one release after another.
Yeah.
And for now, I got at least until December, until Dragon Quest XI S comes out.
But like,
I can use that to like wrap up though. So yeah, Tony Hawk video is gonna come really soon because I want to finish it before I start working on my PC, and I really want to work on my PC. So there's gonna be that.
I've been checking the Nvidia shop still during this stream. Still nothing.
Yeah, so there's that, and Screenwave will be trying to hook me up with Yakuza 7, and if I do that, I'm just gonna stream it. I'm just gonna do a stream of it. Probably like a good week or two after release so we can like talk about it, unless it's early. You know, if it's early, I'll stream it early so we can like, you know, take a look at it early together. Or I'm gonna stream it like almost 2 weeks after release so that we can discuss it. Because it's definitely something I want to discuss with how Yakuza turned turn-based. What was the other release? No, yeah, Dragon Quest. Tony Hawk and PC. I'm gonna be building my PC and I'm gonna stream the building of it, but I'm not gonna be on YouTube. That's gonna be on my Twitch because I want to keep my read emote. So that's gonna be on my Twitch. Maybe I can re-upload it to yeah, Yakuza 7 is turn-based. It's also not called Yakuza 7 in the West, but details.
As far as other stuff to look forward to, Halo 3 ODST and Left 4 Dead 2 update. First one in like what? It said 10 years?
Yeah.
Major update.
For Go to Bedcast, we're gonna do that. Play Cyberpunk. It's not in my interest for me. But yeah, on twitch.tv/Go to Bedcast. Next week, Friday, we're playing Soul Calibur. Next week is Halo 3 ODST. 2 weeks from now is going to be Left 4 Dead. Those are on Fridays. But twitch.tv/ oh my god, I hit the... Where's the watermark? Oh my god, I hit the watermark the whole stream. Twitch. Well, I mean, I put Go to Bedcast's Twitch there anyways, but twitch.tv/AustinSV is where I'm going to build the PC. But first, I got to get that Tony Hawk video out so I can worry about that. That's kind of my incentive to get that done as soon as I can and make sure I do a thorough job so I can reward myself with the new PC. But yeah, alright, thanks everyone for tuning in. Good stream. I didn't mean for it to go 3 hours, whoops, but that's okay. What do you want, phone? I hate the Bixby thing on Samsung. It's so stupid. You can't turn it off either. So
yeah.
Anytime I say something like similar to Bixby, it's gonna pick it up.
Yeah, they should remake the Galaxy S10.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I don't know what the stream numbers are. I wasn't looking. I was just reading chat. So, still probably a good stream. Talked about a lot of thoughts. This game's great. This Tony Hawk game. I'm so happy that Tony Hawk is so fucking enjoyable. Like, this game's phenomenal, and I'm really happy with it. I say as Activision slips the game into my pocket. But, you know, I still bought it on Xbox and on Epic, and I'm gonna buy it again on PC, or on Steam. It's totally separate.
Assuming they renew the licenses by then.
Hopefully they bought the licenses for longer than a year, yeah. Could you imagine if this game just disappears from all digital fronts in a year? I don't even know how long HD was up before it was delisted. But anyways, yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. Be on the lookout for the Tony Hawk video. And until next time, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Go to bed.